Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we am I? In our game, it's not logical, but you contemplate, are we am I?
Ah, what everybody's been waiting for. Hockey. That's what everybody's here for, right? Listen, I know where I stand in the pecking order this evening, okay? Let's go Blue Jays. Go Leafs, go. And by the way, Jesse is doing a Blue Jays stream. That'll start at around 8 o'clock. So it's just you and me for the first hour. But if you have to go, I completely understand. Like if you got to leave and you're gonna be like, Adam, I'm getting the hell out of here. I get that and do that. Absolutely, you must do that. I think that's an important thing that we need to acknowledge right off the top. Secondly, I just want to say it's nice to see everybody. I hope we're all good. I love this. What is the Blue Jays? Thank you. I appreciate that. And then beyond that, Drew, did you get that? Did you get that screen grab of the Buffalo tickets? Okay, so let me get the odds for you. The game tonight, in case you're checking. By the way, we got a sick parlay with Bally Bet. The odds are Toronto at a negative 132, Buffalo at a plus 110. And let's talk about this parlay with Bally Bet because this is Steve called this Poppy's revenge. It better be Poppy's revenge because he's in my fantasy team and he's not helping me out very much. So here's the parlay tonight. Go to Bally Bet. We got boosted odds for you. Okay. Austin Matthews plus 1 point. Austin Matthews plus 4 shots on net. So we're expecting more than a point, more than 4 shots on net, and the Leafs to win. This is in Buffalo. They've moved the game a little bit slightly for the Blue Jays, which was nice of them to do. Go to Steve Dangle. You can find the bet actually on Bally Bet right now. It's got boosted odds on that parlay. Check it out. I think this is entirely possible. Austin needs to shut us up. Austin needs to be like, hey guys, I'm Austin Matthews, in case you've forgotten, and I'm actually really great at this. He needs to show us that. Once we get to that point, then we can feel good about the parlay. And hopefully he can get all this done in the first period, except, the Maple Leafs winning. But he can get 1 and 2 done first period. You can lock this win up early, and then you can go watch the Jays, okay? So let's do it. Let's do that. Now, Drew, can we talk about the cost of the tickets in Buffalo tonight? So listen, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there's a lot of Blue Jays fans in Buffalo, New York as well, because the Buffalo Bisons play there, and the Buffalo Sabres have been pretty bad for a while. So might be a lot of people just not at the rink. There's not a lot of Southern Ontario folks there. And look at that, $20, $21, $22 for 311, 315, 3. So basically, if you want to go to a Sabres game, you could do that for the cost of something extremely small on like Uber Eats. Like these are some crazy prices. Now I don't feel like it's going to be that cheap tomorrow during the Leafs game, which starts at 5 o'clock, and we are doing a stream for that too. With Steve Dangle. Hey Drew, thanks for hiding me behind those prices, buddy. No, I think tonight we're looking at a pretty disinterested game. And I'm not to say that I'm not interested, because I'm actually interested. The Leafs have played like crap. I need them to be better. You need them to be better, unless you're a Sabres fan, and then you don't need them to be better. And I'm kind of hoping that we get a little bit of signs of life here before the World Series is over, because if we don't, it's gonna get ugly pretty quick in Toronto. And I think it's already been highlighted by the fact that the Blue Jays and the Leafs are so fundamentally different looking this year. And I know that they're different sports, so it's a little bit apples to oranges. But you look at the way the Blue Jays play: small ball, sacrifice for the team, do everything you possibly can. And I just don't get, I don't know, I haven't got the feeling yet that the Leafs are like that. And the only thing, it doesn't mean that they don't like each other, but like when Easton Cowan gets run into a post by Ozzy Weisblatt of the Nashville Predators, when Anthony Stolarz gets absolutely run over, very famous moment now. When he gets absolutely run over, Leafs do nothing. I don't know if you guys saw it last night. Do you see Matthew Schaefer? Matthew Schaefer got touched. The Islanders stopped playing hockey. They just stopped. They're like, no, you're not touching him. Goodbye. And they stopped playing hockey. Gloves thrown in the air, and punches were thrown. I don't see the Leafs playing like that for each other. Drew is saying you agree that these should be the Sabres full-time jersey. Let me have one more look. There's Anthony Stolarz, by the way, which means I think we're getting Caden Primo tomorrow. And Joseph Wool is going to be eligible here in about a week and a half. I will clap for Puck. And these are, they're the Dominator Sabres jerseys. Yeah, these are beautiful. I do think Drew makes a good point here. It's a strong urge to go back to these full time, but I have to say, like, there's something classic about those Sabres jerseys. I don't know. What do we think, chat? All right, here we go. New look first line, by the way: Austin Matthews, Bobby McMahon, and William Nylander. Nylander and Matthews spent the first 3.5, 4 years of their career together, basically the entire Mike Babcock era. People forget that, with Zach Hyman on the wing. And they're hoping that Bobby McMahon could be Bobby McMahon or Bobby McHyman. It's a bit of a weird way to say that. But anyway, the reality is new lines tonight. Nobody's got any chemistry. This is going to be a bit weird, right? Weird. Now we get to some of these super chats. By the way, I got this this thing from Impact. It's a shake, but they don't have a hole in the top. You see? So I had to puncture it, and it blew shake all over my desk. So I had to clean up my desk. It's just been a mess. It's been a mess. All right. So let's check in with the people. Leif Opstad, I do want to extend a bit of a belated congrats and good luck to the Blue Jays. As much as this hurts as a Mariners fan, I'd still take this season over missing the playoffs yet again. Leif, buddy, I'm with you, man. I also cheer for a baseball team that misses the playoffs all the time. And Jack Esquire the third, go Jays, go Leafs. But sad for the Mariners. Gripper Nation for life. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate you, buddy. All right. So the Leafs' new lines extend beyond just the first line, by the way. I think we should talk about this because Tavares is playing. Oh, sorry, the podcast dropped. Sorry, Drew. I should have mentioned that. Here it is. We're at 9:28, Drew. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. I just went on. Drew's like, what time are we at? My bad. I'll clap the next puck drop there, Drew. Sorry about that. Nyes, Tavares, Michelli is line two. So you got Nyes in the dig in the corner, Tavares in the stand in front of the net spot, and Michelli in the I'm not quite William Nylander, but I do some of the things he does spot. In the third line, or on the third line, Joshua, Nicholas Waugh, and Easton Cowan is in. So that'll be kind of a dick line, kind of like that. And then the fourth line, I'm not really sure about this. Lorentz, Domi, and Yarncroke. Not sure how I feel about it, but I guess we'll see it in action. By the way, the Leafs are missing Chris Tanev and Morgan Riley tonight. So that means we got Ekman Larson, Carlo, Benoit McCabe, Murmis, and Philip Myers. I thought they'd spread out Murmis and Philip Myers, but no, they are playing together. Their first action of the season. For anybody watching along, 18:30 exactly left in the first period. I know I didn't clap for you. No, don't worry, Drew. There's been no face-off. Don't you worry. I'm gonna hit you. Drew's on me about this face-off because I'm watching on the Sportsnet app, which means we're behind. I don't know why they insist on that, but that's what they insist on doing. Simon Benoit with the puck in the corner. Getting the puck up. There's the Domi line. Let's have a look. Let's put a little microscope on this line. I don't know about this. I think this counts as the fourth line. There's Domi up to Calle Yarncroke, who has got 3 goals already this year, so can't hate that. Lorentz behind the net. Domi digging with him. Puck out. Shot on net. Does not hit. Murmis and Myers are out there. This is the first time, they just said on the broadcast, it's the first time in NHL history that there are 2 Dakotas on the same team. Dakota Murmis and Dakota Joshua. You're witnessing history. Who cares about the World Series when you can see double Dakotas? Myers with the shot. Kicked aside by Alex Lyon. By the way, I love the fact that Alex Lyon's kit is all black, just like the jerseys. Beautiful. Looks pretty sexy. Oh, Nylander, I think, almost got a penalty there, but it would have been a pretty weak call. I think that was Darlene. It was a little bit of a sell job. Let's just put it that way. Michelli on the new look second line, of which he's been a part of. No face-off here for me to clap for Drew. So if you're looking for timestamps, it's 16:34 left in the first period. We'll get that clock going. Drew, we just started and Drew already wants to kill me. Oh, did you do it, Drew? Drew figured it out. Thank you, Drew. Well, here we are. I got to ask. Can I just ask between just us chickens? I am not sure how to feel about this World Series. There's a lot of people that are like, Blue Jays, underdog, gotta love that story, right? Nobody took them seriously. I think part of that is just being the only team from Canada. People don't take you seriously. I'm going to clap for face-off for Drew. 16:27, Drew. Here we go. Boom. Okay, I'm asking you this. So the Jays starting lineup in terms of bats this game is 100 and something million dollars, like 105, 110 million. The Dodgers lineup is over 200 million. And I know that the Jays payroll is like 4th in the MLB. Okay? But that doesn't mean that much money is dressing tonight. And so how do we actually feel about the Jays' chances? How do we feel, really? I'm feeling good. I want the baseball to start, but I'm a little concerned. What's that, Drew? Show me. Puck in there. Buffalo just got its first shot of the game, by the way. Here we go. Buffalo Sabres. Here they come. Yeah, that's Alex Tuck. It's kind of weird with the New Jerseys because I can't read the names as easily. Oh, here we go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Matthias Samuelsson. Boy, the Leafs love giving up goals to guys that don't score that much. Brandon Dillon earlier this week, Matthias Samuelsson tonight, and just abysmal defensive zone coverage. Now, this is a team that's figuring it out, but or trying to figure it out. I don't know that they're figuring it out. This is Tuck does the little spin. Dakota Joshua sort of hits him, bounces off it, nothing happens, and then just a perfect feed and nobody on the point man. Nicholas Waugh is kind of held. Easton Cowan is way too. Yeah, sorry, that's Easton Cowan's guy. I don't know what he's doing in down there so deep. Oh, oh man, this stinks. All right, here we go. 15-22, face off. Matthews wins it. It'd be nice if the first line could go out and score a goal. Maybe get one back. We'll see what happens. Oh my God. Oh no. Here come the Sabres again. Oh no. Oh man, Brandon Carlo almost put one into his own net, but the puck is fed up to William Nylander. It's a breakaway. Oh, less than a minute from Matthias Samuelsson's goal on the Toronto Maple Leafs. William Nylander is able to sneak away and do a lot of what he did last year, which is just, I don't know how he does it. It's just silence. They were able to, Oliver Ekman-Larsson with a great pass. And by the way, Adam Wild's fantasy team is going to love that. Great little saucer pass over top. Beautiful. And Nylander really kind of, I think it was taking advantage of Zach Metza there. No shot on that. And a nice little, William Nylander had led the NHL in breakaways last year. It's a nice goal. It's a nice goal. All right, 1-1. It's funny, by the way, the Sportsnet scorebook still shows Buffalo with a goal and no shots. So that's Willie's third of the year. Leafs are back in it. We're back to even. And my question to you is, how good do you feel? Because like lost in that was a pretty good Sabres scoring opportunity. Leafs were able to turn it around, reload, fire it down the ice. Oh, there's a pretty good Sabres opportunity there. And here comes another one. It looks like, oh, no, Solers is able to cover it up. Guys, my clock, Drew, is at 14:29. Okay, let's talk to the supers here. I know there've been a few. Heather jumping in. Holy crap! The least I paid for any ticket this year is $37 US. Nosebleeds for the Ducks. Also, the Avs set it up. If you get to 3 or more games at a time, there's no fees. Also, reduced food and $10 draft beers, $5 hot dogs. Wow, that's awesome. So I was actually in Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago, and I went to a Steelers game. I went to a Pens game. I could not believe how expensive it was to eat anything or drink anything at the Penguins game. Like unbelievable. I think it was like close to $40 US for just a couple vodka sodas for me and my stepdad. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. What else we got here? Adam says, is Matthews able to drive his own line? It feels like Matthews needs Nylander, but not vice versa. I think they need Matthews to get going. I think Matthews has driven his own line in the past. But yeah, I think they just kind of need him to get his confidence back. So much about scoring is so much about scoring is confidence. So Matt Domi loses the draw there, and he's moving the puck up. This line is going to be really interesting. It's got lots of question marks. Domi crosses the blue line to Lorentz, back to Domi, shot off the post. Nice scoring opportunity. That's what you need. If you're Berube, you're happy. Domi's throwing the body behind the net. We like that too. Here come the Sabres. Tage Thompson. Oh no, what a setup. Kulik on a great setup from Tage Thompson and somebody else whose number I did not get. Damn, the Leafs suck on defense. They can't break anything up. Wow. All right, so Domi had a great opportunity here, almost scores. They're just showing it. Ding, off the post. Leafs are not able to get it. And then Mermis sort of gaps up on him, on Thompson properly. But it's interesting because when you look at Myers, I'm just pointing at the screen, Myers doesn't tie anybody up there. So if you're Dakota, or if you're If you're Philip Myers, you got to hold a stick, something. Yeah, not great. Not great. I'm sure Berube's thrilled. I can't, Drew. I already missed it. Um, got it. Okay. So listen, it's a bit of an ugly start. Bit of an ugly start for both teams. But hey, what are we gonna do? Let's have a look at the odds now. That is a plus 144 for Toronto, negative 177 for Buffalo. That is almost an exact reverse of what this was starting the game. I think we gotta, at this point in the season, we're about 10% in here. Probably time to stop favoring the Leafs going into any game until they can figure out how to play hockey again. I love the Leafs. I hope they figure it out. It's not looking great. Drew says it's not bad to take him as an underdog. Are you sure? You've seen the first two goals, right? You've seen what the Sabres have done to them, just dismantled them. Um, Cassie says Pens fans realize it's early in the season, but can we talk about how good they're playing and entertaining hockey? Kindle is exceptional. WS is 5-0-0. How far into the season should we actually believe this is them? You're going to need to be at like game 40, game 50 before we go, okay, maybe they're making the playoffs. But I believe I saw Kindle's first NHL goal live against the Rangers. I think that was him. If it wasn't him, it was another rookie. Yeah, no, so Pens look great, man. They look awesome, fired up, ready to go. I guess Rustin Raquel will be off the market until further notice. Also, you can tell with the Pens, and I'll just quickly say, Bobby McMahon using his speed. Over to Nylander. Nobody got it. Okay. I could tell that the Pens are playing a much more free-flowing game than they were under Mike Sullivan. Oh, Thompson with another shot. Tage Thompson is on one tonight. He's looking good. If I were on Bally Bet and I was going to bet an anytime goal, it'd be Tage Thompson tonight. Already got an assist. Doug Leaf fan. Who knew Marner was the muscle in Toronto? He's not, and he wasn't. Robert Bet. Don't worry, Adam. We're used to being behind. We're Leaf fans. That's true. And Mr. HJ giving one SDPN membership. Thank you so much. And a reminder, guys, that Mr. Jesse Blake is taking over on the SDPN channel. He's not really taking over. He's doing the stream as soon as the Jays game starts, and that's in about 40 minutes. I need the Leafs to turn down the suck here, guys. I don't know what to say. Listen, I don't know everything about hockey. I really don't. Clearly. But that defense stinks, right? I was saying it on the show the other day. Lane Lambert had that defense playing solid. It wasn't exciting. They didn't get up into the play. They didn't score much. They didn't create a lot of any offense, which is a problem. But they did make a lot of stops. This Leafs defense is doing a little bit of scoring and a lot of scoring against. Drew says without Tanev, they don't know how to play defense. Okay, but Drew, let me pause you this. With Tanev in the lineup, they still didn't know how to play defense this year. Yeah, they play better when he's on the ice. You're right. Yes, agreed. I think that they've switched up the system, and it's Lalonde's system now, and I don't think it's good. Maybe it'll take them a little while to sink in or whatever, but this stinks, dude. Watching this defense right now. Let me tell you what you get for joining VIP, kids. Listen, a few of you signed up today. I see you. I love you. Anybody with a green name in the chat, they get emojis in the chat because they're super cool. But also, if you want an extra episode of the Steve Dangle podcast every week where we talk about just anything, pop culture, stuff like that, it's a blast. It's actually really fun, and we can get a little edgier because it's behind a paywall. You get that. If you want to go to the tier higher, you get STP VIP ad free, which means you get the Steve Dangle podcast ad free and an hour early every single show. And you get the VIP episode too. So 4 episodes, you get them before anybody else gets them. And they're all ad free, no ads. It helps us out hugely. And if you want to give somebody a shot on the membership side, drop a few memberships in the chat. Maybe when the Leafs score a goal, maybe when Matthews gets a hat trick tonight. It's rough. It's rough out there. The idea of Austin Matthews getting a hat trick is so far-fetched now. And it hit me the other day. I'm like, man, It almost felt like before. Oh, Tavares with a shot. Almost felt like before, like, hey, he could do that any night. Now I'm not sure he could do it any night. And that's just me being a fan, but like the shots that he used to take, I don't see anymore. And I'm getting a little, I'm just going to tell you, getting a little worried. I haven't seen him dominate a game in, like, he didn't dominate any games last year. He was great defensively, but like offensively, never. Look at Willie, though. Another breakaway. Here we go. He's brought down, shoots. And is that going to be a penalty? It's going to be a 2-minute penalty, 10:59 left in the first. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I know penalty shots are exciting, but I'll take the 2 minutes. Thank you very much. This is Willie using his speed, activating, doing all the stuff that nobody, literally nobody else in the Toronto Maple Leafs can do or will do. Look at him, baby. Willie, draw the straw that stirs the drink right now. He's like among the top 5 in NHL scoring. Thank God for William Nylander. I don't think the Leafs have scored a goal this year. It's just crazy. Rasmus Dahlin to the box. That's good because that's one of Buffalo's key penalty killers. 10:59. I'm going to clap for this face-off. Giving you the clap. Here we go. Oh, they fake dropped the puck, Drew. I'm sorry. I hate when linesmen do that too, Drew. I hate it so much. And Gripper Nation knows how much I hate it, don't you? Well, the Leafs power play is ranked, they're tied for 28th in the league. Their penalty kill sucks too, don't worry. Just to make it better. I think they're at 79%, which is good enough for 18th, 19th in the league. That's pretty shitty. Let's be honest. Buffalo's been good the last few games. Leafs have been bad the entire season. It's a good way to go. Now, get your second goal. Get back in this game. Nylander on the half board. Nyes in front of the net. Matthews out looking for a shot. Will he take one? Probably not. He doesn't take them anymore. I don't know why. Here's Tavares with the shot, and it goes wide. Matthews out to Nylander. Just missed Tavares, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson puts one off a skate. Back into the zone. The Leafs reload. 1 minute left to go on the power play. I don't know if they're going to change the lines here. Sometimes they have been. Sometimes not. Here comes Matthews to Nyes. Nyes on the sharp angle passes. See, here's the problem. Now you've created a 2-on-1. And Malenstein, oh my God, what a save by Anthony Stolarz. Malenstein got the first shot. I missed who got the second one. Number 6, Buffalo. Anyway, long story short, was that number 6? I don't even know. Okay, well, doesn't even matter who it was. Probably 36, Noah Ostlund. Regardless, that's a play where you just take the shot and you bounce it off the goalie's pad. Domi with the shot. That's a good save. 9:17 left in the first period. 15 seconds left on the power play. Leafs have already given up a 2-on-1 on the power play. And here they've gone and done it again. 2-on-1. Puck gets over. Stolarz has to make a great save. Wow, the Leafs are bad. They're so bad. But look, we might have a breakaway here with Michelli. Turns around at center. Fluffs the puck. And now it's another 2-on-1 for Buffalo. This is unbelievable. This is maybe 2-on-1's a stretch, but it was close. What are we doing here? 8:43 left in the first period. Buffalo out shooting the Leafs 10-5. So when you go back and you watch this Matthew Nyes play, they're showing the 2-on-1 now that directly is after the Matthew Nyes play. But what's annoying about this is that if Matthew Nyes takes a shot, he's got 2 guys going to the net. Take the shot, put it off the goalie's knee or his shin, and let the pucks get out. What he does instead is he tries to pass across the ice. The pass goes through everybody, but it goes through everybody, and the Sabres are able to turn around quickly because they're already facing the Leafs net. The Leafs forwards all have to turn around and get back. Sabres forwards already facing the correct direction, and off they go. And it creates a pretty good scoring opportunity. This is one of those things where when a team's struggling, especially a team with the Leafs have a lot of talent, they just try to make things too cute. You need to play, like, for lack of a better term, like dumbass hockey. I'm dumb and I'm new to this. I'm really dumb. What do? Slap the puck at the net? Okay, I'll just do that. That's what we need to do. L Hong says, quick thanks to y'all because I've Watched all non-national Pens broadcasts with SDPN's NordVPN deal via ESPN Plus and escaped US blackouts. Well, I'm thrilled to hear that. Pass that along to our friends at Nord. Doug, Leafs fans, do the Leafs have Jays tickets tonight? That'd be nice. By the way, I don't know about the Leafs, but I know that the London Knights have a game tomorrow, and that the London Knights will be playing after their game, um, the entire Blue Jays game for people that want to stick around and watch. And I think that's kind of a brilliant business move because imagine you're already in an arena, you're with so many people, it's so much fun. You keep the beer open, keep the snacks open, let people have a good time. That's what you got to do. I hope I hope the Leafs consider doing that again. They don't have any. They've got the home game tomorrow, right? Yeah, because they're in Buffalo tonight. Maybe they'll do it. What was interesting today is seeing the other Canadian teams, the NHL teams, saying, "Let's go Blue Jays." That was cool. I know in particular it was a bit of a thing in Vancouver. Here we go, face off, 8:43, and it's blown dead immediately. Blown dead immediately, and now it's leaving the zone. Yeah, I know that it was a bit of a to-do in Vancouver because a lot of Vancouver fans are Mariners fans, but shout out to the Vancouver Canucks for being like, you know what, screw those guys. Go Team Canada. Here we go. 8:43. And there's your face off. I don't know if I have to clap for those anymore, Drew, but I'm going to anyway. Then he gets the puck up to nobody in particular. Sabres are skating tonight. One thing I'll say is the Sabres they're going to push. They're motivated. They got embarrassed to start. Oh! Tage Thompson trips Simon Benoit, and finally the Leafs do anything about anything. And it might be because Simon Benoit is the most likable Leaf, but I need Simon Benoit to punch that guy in the face. I think he just kind of yanked his skate. Was that what it was, Drew? Just lifted his stick? Anyway, Benny lost control. That is for sure a penalty. And it's a little bit dangerous because he's not right along the boards. I don't think that was. Ooh, I think he caught his skates with. I think Tage caught. Oh yeah, stick it in the hands, and his right foot gets around Benny's foot. Yeah, that's a penalty every time. Maybe. Well, actually, no. If you're a Florida Panther and it's the playoffs, it's not a penalty. Otherwise, normally a penalty. I guess Tage is pissed about the call. Like, I can understand that, but like, it's a call. Whether you call it a trip or a board or whatever you want to call it, it's something. Interference doesn't. Well, I guess it couldn't be that. It's not a great play. That should be a penalty. Not a good idea. All right. 7:57 in the first. Oliver Larson down low. Alex Tuck is able to get it. Look at that. The Buffalo Sabres on a 2-on-1. But Tavares is able to break it up. That's got to be the third or fourth in the last 10 minutes. Nylander makes the zone entry, and he doesn't back pass. God bless that man. Puck deep. Matthews behind the net, gets it. Out to Tavares, who's wide open, and he takes forever to shoot. The Sabres able to close ranks and block that shot. Nylander behind the net again with the puck. He's alive tonight. Willie's engaged. Back to Willie along the half boards. Puck goes by him. Nyes cycles it. Tavares back to Oliver Ekman-Larsson at the blue line. OEL stops, waits, over to Tavares, shoots! Matthews with a vintage Matthews goal! He actually shot! Woo! And it's 2-all. Pond hockey, let's go. Guys, Austin Matthews with a vintage Austin Matthews shot, and I say vintage because it's been a long time since we've seen it. I need more of this, Austin. OEL, nice fake shot to Tavares, who slides it over to Matthews, and bang! Great shot. By the way, my fantasy team loves that because I have OEL and Austin Matthews. Thank you to both of them. That's right. And Matthews gets a shot and a point for Poppy's Revenge. So, Drew, can we bring that back up on the screen? Okay. So this is key, all right? So we've got Steve Dangle's Bally bet right now. And what's important about this is we needed Austin Matthews to have a comeback eight. He's got a point, so plus 1 point. He's got, how many shots on net does he have? Do we know? 2 shots on net so far. We need him to get to 4 shots on net, and we need the Leafs to win, and the parlay will be hit. I hope you guys click, put a couple $2 Steves on that one, because the odds are boosted too, by the way. We did that just for you. And Steve will have another one tomorrow night. 6:42 left in the first period. Max Domi trying to steal a puck. Oh my God, are they calling that? Domi's laughing because he should. This is embarrassing. Yeah. Oh my God. Well, the Leafs had 2 penalties in a row, so it's what the NHL. Look, that's insane. What are we doing? Darlene grabbed his stick with his elbow. What are we friggin' doing here? He grabbed Domi's stick. What a joke, man. Soft as baby poo. Caca. Terrible. Really smart play by Darlene. What's that, Hayden? Or Drew? Okay, I called Drew Hayden. Oh, Berube is talking to the ref. There's no way that's a penalty. In any world, that's a penalty if the ref saw that properly. Okay, here we go. Leafs penalty kill has stunk up the joint. 14th in the NHL now. Well, that's nice. Oh, no, the Leafs just took another penalty. That's a high stick, and this one is a real penalty. That's Jake McCabe, I think. 2 seconds into the power play. Oh, it's Yarncroke? Okay. Yeah, great. Great. Wow. 2-minute 5-on-3 kids. I hope you like to get sweaty, because we're about to. We're about to. DG Norris says, why are the Sabres passing the puck around the ice like the Harlem Globetrotters? Because the Leafs stink on defense. Robert Bett, I'm glad you're doing the game tonight. If Steve was doing it, he probably wouldn't be alive for the LFR. True. Very true. We got to watch out for the health of you, old Steve Dangle. Austin Matthews out with Jake McCabe, and it looks like Brandon Carlo. And here we go. 2 minutes of 5-on-3. Matthews on Darlene. Over to Thompson with the shot. Oh, and the Stoller was just going the wrong way, but the puck just missed the net. Tage Thompson, Darlene with a shot, and that is blocked by Jake McCabe. Benson, who's had a great start, to Tage. And he slapped the absolute crap out of that puck. Wow. Old school slap shot. Just NHL 12 friggin' wind up, power up shot with the flame on your stick. That was crazy. Woo! You know what I hate? I hate how good Tage Thompson is. If he was on my team, I would love it, but I hate it. Wait, he didn't make the USA camp? Tage Thompson? No, he didn't make 4 Nations. Yeah, you're right. Yo, man, they also, whoop! Oh, big save, I think, by Stollers or blocked by McCabe. I can't tell which. Stollers is slapping his stick, so I think that's a block by McCabe. Yeah, he didn't make the 4 Nations roster. I think that's because, wasn't he coming off an injury, Drew? I feel like last year was shortened for him. Drew also says Bill Guerin sucks. I won't tell Hayden you said that. But I think, because Hayden's a Wild fan, but I think them not dressing Kyle Connor in the 4 Nations final will go down as one of the worst scratches, one of the worst healthy scratches in history, especially considering Matt Tkachuk played 6 minutes. Benson at the side of the net, out to Thompson, blocked again by McCabe. Matthews clears, and we're going to get a change. 1:01 left in the 2-minute advantage. I don't know who the Leafs are going to throw out here. I'm curious. So it's Waugh, McCabe, Benoit. So McCabe did not get the chance to change. Benny is out there. We got a broken stick, so now it's only a 4-on-3 for the next 20 seconds. Doesn't matter, though. Sabre player is going to get it, and he'll be back. Thompson, Darlene. Darlene was the one with the broken stick, by the way. Darlene, Thompson, and Tuck. Dangerous combo with Benson. Tuck to the side on the low boards. Back out to Darlene. Over to Thompson. You can tell they're looking for Tage tonight. 92.7 miles an hour. Live in game, baby. That's a hell of a shot. And Waugh is able to block. There is 18 seconds to go on the 2-man advantage. Leafs have held the fort. I don't want to speak too soon. Oh, Benson almost redirected one past Stollers, but he was there. Stollers doesn't know where the puck is. Sabres not able to get a shot off. and the Leafs are able to clear, and that is it for the two-man advantage. There is a power play that's got 1 second to expire, and we are back to 5-on-5 games, still tied. It's a miracle, 2-2. But don't worry, here come the Sabres with another odd man rush. I have to admit, this is the best I've seen the Sabres look in years. It's nice to see them motivated and happy. But hey, the Leafs are in it. We're good. It's turning into a pretty entertaining game. Pretty entertaining game. Hawks 23. I'm having trouble comprehending that my Seattle Kraken could be competent. Am I believing in Botterill? They're looking good, man. They're looking good. The Water Snob says NHL and ESPN described Dahlin's chicken wing around Domi stick as a smart play. Honestly, it was hard to disagree with them. It led to not just one penalty, but two. My clock is at 4:19, Drew. So there were 5 block shots over the course of that two-man advantage. 5. That's crazy. Okay. First line on, and it looks like somebody's hurt. Oh, is that Yarncroak? Oh, Yarncroak was just getting off. Murmis and Carlo out there. I don't even know if that's supposed to be or if they're just halfway through a change. Matthews gets the puck out. He's hit. Matthews, Nylander, McMahon, the new look first line. Matthews with a shot. It is redirected by Samuelson. McMahon and Matthews behind the net. 2 men on Matthews, still unable to get the puck away from him. Matthews cycles the puck back out to the point where Brandon Carlo is able to grab it. So, here comes McMahon. Backhand shot out front. McMahon was wide open and alone, but on his offhand, so it had to be a backhand. Buffalo goalie saw it. Saw it the whole damn way. Sad. Sad. By the way, what a career Alex Lyon has had, randomly. Like, he's still in it, still doing things. You know, he was the starting goaltender for the Florida Panthers in 2023 when they limped into the playoffs and then happened to beat Boston. Isn't that crazy? And they ended up in Detroit. And now, Buffalo. Every time I see a number 51, by the way, I know it's Philip Myers, but it still reminds me, if you're of my vintage, of one Jake Gardner. You guys remember? Oh, Jake Gardner. So great, and so many bad giveaways. Drew remembers Tyson Barrie, who we also had in Toronto. Tyson Barrie was great. I think the way that Tyson Barrie was deployed in Colorado was the way he should be deployed. And when he came to Toronto, they were like, how about we play you in a way that's never going to help your game? Well, they didn't. So Drew said, how about we still use Morgan Riley in the power play instead of Tyson? They actually moved Morgan off the power play. And he was coming off we got a Matthew Nyes breakaway. We got a Matthew Nyes breakaway off a block. Here we go. Shot. Oh, and Alex Lyon is able to close the pads. He was going for a soft backhand between the legs. Just not able to happen. And Matthew Nyes taking a note out of the William Nylander playbook of breakaways. Block off the knees, uses the speed, and Matthew Nyes, despite being enormous, has deceptive speed. And the third line is out there. It's Joshua. It's Cowan. It's Wah. They did kind of have a bad play that led to a goal earlier this game. But again, we're still sorting our lines out. It's early. We're trying to give grace. Byram is gone. Drew loves Bo Byram. Let me tell you. He misses him in Colorado. Don't you, Drew? 1:48 left in the first period. Drew's not saying anything. He's either out of the room or not talking to me. Oh, you were muted. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Drew. He's trying to figure out the clock stuff. Could they hear you on the thing? No, okay. Yeah, so I have to clap every face-off draw? Okay. Okay. 1:22 left in the first period. So I'm going to be clapping every face-off tonight because the Sportsnet app is 38 seconds off of what Drew's Xfinity by Rogers stream does. And I can't look at my Xfinity by Rogers password because apparently you need to be on your Rogers home Wi-Fi, even though it has a mobile app for mobility. They're like, "Hey, you might be sharing your password with somebody, and even though you pay for this, you can't use it anywhere else but your home where you don't need it." Isn't that great? I thought, wasn't this supposed to get better? Technology is supposed to make things better, right? You know what they should do? They should put ads on your refrigerator. Brilliant idea. Let's do that. Now let's bring the Steve Dangle Poppy's Revenge parlay up because Matthews already has a point. He's only got to get the 1 point, right, Drew? So he's got the point. He's got 3 shots so far. Anybody that took this parlay, one more shot and a Leafs win, and you hit. It's that simple with Bally Bet. Sign up. Super simple. It's Dangle's bet, and it's called Poppy's Revenge. Look for it on the Bally Bet app. I'm just saying. Hawks23 says Cale Makar is definitely taking the Tyson Barrie career route and getting traded to Toronto at some point, or he just comes to Seattle at some point. I don't know, man. Cale Makar's not going anywhere. Ah, imagine Cale Makar in Toronto. Drew, what would you do? Would you switch teams? No, I don't. I don't. You're right. He's Drew makes a good point. I don't think the Leafs could put ever together a package that would be fair value for Cale Makar. And the thing is, like guys, I don't think it is worth like you guys are hardcore hockey fans. If you're watching a stream with me, you're the ardent most hardcore hockey fan you know. I'm serious. And I will tell you this, if you're not staying up late to watch Colorado Avalanche games, I first off, I think they're winning the cup this year. I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I'm not just saying it because Drew's here. I said it today on the show. Colorado to me is my cup favorite. They're freaking awesome. They're on to an unbelievable start. But beyond all that, Cale Makar's stats are so goofy that his only real comp in NHL history is Bobby Orr. And he's going to have a longer career. There is a world, and this sounds crazy right now. There is a world where when Cale Makar retires, he's the best defenseman that's ever played. I'm talking Paul Coffey. I'm talking Larry Robinson. I'm talking Bobby Orr, Ray Bork. I don't know who else you want to put in that conversation. Drew's worried the Canucks fans are going to start yelling at me. Listen, I love Quinn Hughes. I think he's amazing. It's not close. Quinn Hughes is 2. It's not close. And I love Quinn Hughes and respect him and think he's amazing. 15 seconds to go in the first period, by the way. Cale Makar is history in the making. He will have a bigger effect on his position than Nathan McKinnon does at center. That's how much Cale Makar's career means to the game already. I'm telling you. You got to stay up late and watch some Avs games. All right, period's over. Overall, little shaky at the beginning, especially for the Leafs. Their defense was bad, but you know what kind of got them rolling? And this is kind of interesting. Was so Rasmus Dahlin? If you guys are just tuning in, Rasmus Dahlin was able to grab Max Domi's stick, put it under his arm, and then sort of rip it away, but in a way like Max kind of lets it go. And they called Max Domi for hooking. And then immediately after the first face-off on the power play, we got a high sticking penalty from Calle Jarnkrok, and it was a legit penalty. It wasn't the Dahlin. The Dahlin penalty should never have been a penalty, but it was. Jarnkrok high sticks the Sabre. He's gone. Basically 2 straight minutes, 1 minute and 58 seconds of 5-on-3. And the Leafs are able to weather the storm. 5 block shots. Sabres had some really, really good opportunities. Stoller stood tall. The Leafs defense blocked a ton of rubber. And I think they got to use, like, you're an NHL athlete. You got to use anything you can to get the defense going. That, to me, gets the defense going. Do you know what I'm saying? It gets okay, yeah, we got our mojo back. Yeah, actually, we are good at defense. We are strong. We can do this. Anything to get the boys going. Anything. Robert Bet 1133 says, how are we feeling about the line changes so far? I kind of like them. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Hey, worth mentioning, by the way, that Jesse's stream is coming up here in a few minutes. So don't leave the SDPN channel. Merely switch. Or you can have us both open. It's up to you. Yeah, Drew's saying don't switch. The Toronto Blue Jays are in the World Friggin' Series, and here we are watching the Leafs. Why? Because we're hardcore. But Jesse Blake is going to be doing the Toronto Blue Jays stream on the SDPN channel starting at 8 o'clock tonight. That is 10 minutes, and we will have, by the way, the Jays score live on our stream, and you can see the score bug right now. Thank you, producer Drew, for doing that. So let's party. By the way, Phil Freaks or P Freak says, "Hi, Drew." Drew, do you say hi back? Drew does not say hi back. He chooses to yield. Bailoust, late to the party. Are we looking better or worse than the last couple games? Yes. Which part of the period are we talking about? First part of the period? Second part of the period, a lot better. So yes. The answer is yes. Worth mentioning for the Sabres. Pretty ugly IR here. Jordan Greenway, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, Michael Kesselring. We all know about Josh Norris, Justin Danforth, and Jacob Bryson too. And they're playing this well. Got to give them credit. That's gutsy. Jesse Blake starting very, very soon. And actually, Jesse Blake is in the chat right now. Oh, he's Jesse Blake TV now. He's not just Jesse Blake. He's Jesse Blake TV. Okay? Get used to it. Oh, I think he's a cool guy, Mr. Jesse Blake TV. But actually, his streams are freaking awesome. And so, have us both on. I understand if World Series gets preference. Believe me, I do. But I will guarantee you this. When our stream wraps up, I'm not going to linger. I'm going to pass you off to Mr. Jesse Blake. And Mr. Jesse Blake is going to take it all over, and you can have it. Jesse says that Jesse Blake was taken. Oh. Jesse, you should have emailed the other Jesse and been like, give me that name, or I'm coming to your house. Hey, Drew, do we have any clips to play? Oh, you know what? Let's start with some big dubs, okay? Big dubs. Steve Dangle's going to take over. I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back to start the second period. And don't forget, Jesse Blake's stream starts at 8 o'clock. World Series right here in friggin' Toronto, baby. Let's go to the clips.
Hello, friends. Steve Dangle here, and welcome to another episode of Big Dubs, where we take a look at the best from around the WHL over the past week. You know, there are some fundamentals with hockey that are very important to remember, such as if you're a goaltender, tend the goal! But sometimes if you're a goaltender, you need a little help tending the goal. And this save from forward Jordan Duguay of the Portland Winterhawks might have been the save of the game.
Pulls up into the slot, Balla, shoots, save, rebounds, goal! That one was swept off the goal line by the Portland defender. I think it was Duguay who got there at the very last split second as the horn goes to end the first period. Balla goes to the referee and says, hey, you better take a look at that.
Big, massive dub. Actually, literally. Portland Winterhawks won this game 3-1. They won it with a late goal and an empty netter. How different does this game look if that puck goes in? I guess we'll never know. Jordan Duguay, by the way, 2026 NHL draft eligible. He had a pretty respectable season with Portland last year, playing in 68 games, 11 goals, 21 assists, 32 points. He's already on pace to mash all of that. In 10 games, he has 10 points, split evenly, 5 goals, 5 assists. Jordan Duguay, big dub. For our next highlight, it's another save. This time, from a goalie. Here's 16-year-old Eric Two of the Calgary Hitmen.
Hooked it off now to Hughes. He tickled the goalpost earlier this period in front. Two, a terrific save. Another one by Two. Left pad. Both of those off of Brody Gillespie in tight.
Now, that's a few of them. Now, Eric Two is still 16. He's going to turn 17 in a few days. He already played in the WHL last year. 16 games, as a matter of fact. For a 16-year-old, that's a lot. For a 16-year-old goalie, that's incredible. Record of 7-5-3, 877 save percentage. Yeah, this year, that is up. In 5 games, he has a record of 3-1-1, including a shutout, and a 941 save percentage. Surrey, BC's Eric Two of the Calgary Hitmen, buddy. Big dub. For our next highlight, Saskatoon, you might want to look away, because this guy loves lighting up the Saskatoon Blades. This is Moose Jaw Warrior and Washington Capitals first-round pick, Lyndon Lakovich.
Martin missed it, and now he'll turn it over, and Lakovich in on a breakaway. Lyndon Lakovich deeks to the forehand, scores! Lyndon Lakovich intercepts a pass in neutral ice and walks in alone and undresses Evan Gardner, tucks the puck in. It's Lyndon Lakovic 2 in the Saskatoon Blades. No score.
Okay. Like, yeah. Breakaway. Like, yeah. Goal. In fact, 2 goals in this game. This one was his second. But get this. In 10 games so far with Moose Jaw, Lakovic has 12 points. That's pretty good. 10 of them are goals! I was getting ready to tell you he now leads the WHL in goal scoring, and then I checked and he's not somehow. Cooper Guzowski of the Prince George Cougars also has 10. JP Hurlburt, who we featured many times in Big Tubs already of the Kamloops Blazers, has 11. Yeah, 10's still pretty good though. For this performance, for his season so far, for this goal, Lyndon Lakovic, big dub. Now, for our next highlight, Saskatoon fans, I'm not just gonna do you like that. I think you're about to get one back and then some. This from Cooper Williams is ridiculous.
Lang has it in the neutral zone, breaks in down the left wing side. Stops left half wall, looks to the front of the net. Lewandowski, sorry, that's Cooper Williams. Between his leg, a highlight reel goal as it's over the pad of Matthew Hutchison. Blades up by 2.
Oh, he got left all alone in front of the net. They do a good job feeding him in front.
Ew. 4 goals, 5 assists for 9 points in 10 games for Cooper Williams of the Saskatoon Blades. That goal between the legs is absolutely despicable. He's B ranked on Central Scouting's players to watch. What do you got to do to be an A? He was a WHL Rookie of the Year finalist, and now it's looking like he's going to go decently early in the upcoming 2026 NHL draft. Cooper Williams of the Saskatoon Blades. Big dub. And for our final highlight, I really got to drive this point home because every time he comes up in big dubs, I do it. Sometimes the hockey world is wrong. And they were wrong about Cameron Schmidt. 40 goals, 78 points in his draft year. He doesn't go until the 3rd round. 94th overall to the Dallas Stars, by the way, because, of course, that's a compliment. They draft really well. So far this season, 6 goals, 16 points in just 11 games. But, oh, he's listed at 5'8", 158. Meanwhile, he's doing stuff like this.
To the blue line, Pickford a shot knocked down in front and cleared. Here's Schmidt, a clear-cut breakaway for the Giants. Deking and scores! Having some words for the Tigers after deking and scoring.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. First of all, breakaway, nasty goal. This was, I yelled when I saw it for the first time. Ew! Because it's revolting. I was revolted. But then, reigning WHL champions, they give him a little shove, just a little one, after the goal, just finishing your check, right? And he's giving it right back to them. Back down to absolutely no one. I love this goal. I love this attitude. I love this player. Cameron Schmidt. Big dub. There were 93 draft eligible players who were better than him last year. I'm just not sure about that. But what do you think about the player? What do you think about this week's edition of Big Dubs? I thought it was pretty good. I think it's pretty good every week. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But for now, that is it for this week's edition of Big Dubs. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe to SDPN if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Height. You know, they look at it a lot. Probably a little too much.
All right, I believe Jesse Blake is live in 2 minutes on the SDPN YouTube channel, and I'm going to stay live with you for the Leafs game. He's doing, I don't know, some World Series? Is that what it's called? Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. Excited for that. Anyway, I want to show you something. Steve was able to track one of these down, and I know that she's already in bed and definitely not watching this, so do you want to know what I'm getting Everly for Christmas? Got her a little PWHL Barbie. Apparently, these are really hard to find. And Steve was able to find them at Giant Tiger, of all places. So check that out, right? We love a PWHL Barbie. My kid has already seen a Scepters game, has not stopped talking about it. And you know, I'm trying to indoctrinate her the right way, which is, you know, warming her up. So what we're going to do is we're going to start, obviously PWHL is a good start. We're also going to do Marlies. Leafs, though, I feel like you gotta have a certain amount of emotional toughness, right? Like you got to prepare yourself for every spring as the sun is staying up later and it's warmer and you're about to wear shorts, having your heart snapped in two. That's what you got to do, right? That it's the truth. It sucks, but it's true. So anyway, I'm working my way up to the Leafs on that one. I just can't do it right away. I just can't do that to her right now. It's like that's like a bad deal, right? Somebody said thoughts on the Zaka deal. Is there a Pavel Zaka deal? Is there a Zaka signing? I have not seen anything. By the way, Justin Fisher is saying that it's his PWHL Barbie. Well, no, I'm sorry, it's not. Sorry, it's not. There is a Lucas Reichel deal I can talk about. So Lettermacky and a second round pick. Zaka goes to the Canucks. We were talking about this on the show. You guys probably haven't seen today's SDP, but I was saying today that I thought Nazem Kadri would be a really great fit in Vancouver because up until today, Max Sasson, I hope it's Max Sasson. That's a wicked name. Max Sasson with 34 career goals or 34 career games is playing second line center between DeBrusk and Besser, followed by Atu Ratu and Nils Amon. Outside of Pedersen, who is struggling, that ain't a great center group. So they got Lucas Reichel, who's a winger, but high potential, high ceiling. Obviously, he was drafted in the first round. Probably isn't going to live up to his first round billing, but still. And then you got Pavel Zaka, who's a good two-way guy and can bridge gap for you. It's interesting because he was in New Jersey sort of seen as like a really, really big thing. When he ended up in Boston, his first seasons were awesome. 57 points in 22-23, 59 in 23-24, including 38 assists. He had 47 points last year, but a big drop in total goals. And the guy's got 9 points in 9 games to start this year. So Jonathan Lettermacky and a second round pick. Drew, did it say what year? Oh, so it is this year. Wow. That's it. It's interesting to see trades happening. And he's a high pick, a 15th overall pick from the Canucks 3 years ago, 2022. He is a right winger from Tullinge, Sweden. Tullinge? Tilingi? I don't know. Anyway, he's played 4 games with the Canucks this year, 24 last year. Didn't put up crazy points. And he's one of those guys that just looks absolutely miserable in his hockey DB page. Just a hilarious. If you go look up Jonathan Lettermacky. Oh, baby. It's funny. Anyway, long story short, interesting trade. And I'm actually surprised Pavel Zaka could be had for that much. But I kind of wonder for the Bruins, does that signal another sell-off? Because you've got Corrali, Minton, and Lindholm left over. Oh, Fraser Minton. What's that? Is Middlestat still there? Yeah, I think he is. And I think they'll have to move him to center then. Yeah. Middlestat was playing left wing with Zaka and Arvidsson. So it'll go to middle. And then does Tanner Jeannot move up? Like Jordan Harris and Hampus Lindholm are out. Oh, Hampus Lindholm, man. Just brutal injury luck. Yeah, the Bruins are off to a bad start. Are they? I wonder, guys, if we've been asking, like the Penguins are off to an amazing start, right? They look great. We thought that going into this year, they're probably the only team that's selling right now. I look at the bottom of the Atlantic right now. The bottom of the Atlantic features the Boston Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Never would have expected that. Are the Boston Bruins waving the white flag and going, this isn't going to happen? Or are they opening themselves up and collecting some assets to make a big move later on in the season and bring in somebody great? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I'm not really sure. Oh, apparently this is fake news, Drew. Apparently it's fake trade. So hold on. Drew, can we check? Is that a fake trade? Did we get faked out? Drew said he Googled it and it popped up. Who had it, Drew? What website? Did we get Centelled? Ah, man, that would have been a great trade for the Canucks. Ah, well, that sucks. For anybody, what's that, Drew? Drew is taking the blame for that one. Drew, we're in this together, buddy. Don't worry about it. That is hilarious, though. So nobody got traded. Lucas Reichel got traded. Luke. The source was Frank Saravalli, not Frank. Lucas Reichel to the Canucks is interesting. Although the Canucks really don't need more winger depth, he is interesting. I'm excited for him. I think he's going to bring a lot to the team. And I think he's going to get plenty of opportunities. They kind of need it. The Canucks need a center. And I was saying on the show, like, that's why that Zaka trade was so believable, except Lettermacki at a second doesn't feel like fair value, frankly. And the Bruins selling this really doesn't feel like reasonable either. That's why I was bringing it up. But I look at the Canucks lineup, man. They need a center desperately. That's why I would have thought they would have had to pay more for it. And I think they probably will. Hilarious. Well, we get Centelled, right? All right, we'll give you a puck drop clap. They're just showing Austin Matthews at the Bison's camp. All right, here we go. Rare to get the Leafs on Sportsnet 1, but that's what happens when the Blue Jays are in the World Series. I'm going to clap for the face-off. Here we go. There it is. Face-off. Oliver Ekman-Larsson has been a big part of whatever offense the Leafs have had this year, and it hasn't been a lot. But if you look at his stat line, it's pretty great. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. You know, the thing about him is he the guy that he was in Arizona? No. But he could still score a bunch, and he's got 6 points in 8 games so far this year. 5 of those are assists, including one tonight on the Matthews goal. Oh, actually, he's got 2 tonight, I think, because he set up the William Nylander goal too. Oh, my fantasy team just loves it. Oh, I think, you know, the Leafs have said they need more out of their defense in terms of scoring. There's a good guy to start with. Morgan Riley might be nice too, but he's out tonight, might play tomorrow. Tage Thompson with a shot. Nice save by Anthony Stolarz. 19:05 left in the second period, and I'm going to give you a clap here for whenever this faceoff happens. But there's a bit of a scrum around the Leafs net. Sabres roundly outplayed the Leafs, at least on the offensive side of the puck, early on in the period, first period, if you're just tuning in. But later on, Leafs kind of got it back after they were down 2 men for 2 minutes. By the way, Tage Thompson looks dangerous tonight. Just throwing that out there. Real dangerous. Not loving it. Not loving that. Hawks23 says, we need an SDPN HR derby with the crew eventually. Drew, can you hit a baseball? I know it's not your favorite sport. By the way, clap. There's your face off. Sorry, Drew. You can hit a baseball. All right. Yeah. You know what? Maybe we'll do that this summer. Who's got the longest bomb and who gets the most? Simon Benoit rushes the puck down the ice like he's Bobby Orr, turns back, cycles it down to Dakota Joshua. Back to Simon Benoit at the point. Over to Jake McCabe. Leafs down 2 regulars tonight, Tanev and Riley, who would be considered defenseman 1 and defenseman 2, I think, on their depth chart. Dakota Mermis and Philip Myers are in, which means the Benoit-McCabe pairing from 2 years ago is reunited. These two like playing together. And it was really a revelation when Benny came in and was able to play so well with McCabe. Because statistically speaking, when he left the Ducks and he was non-tendered by the Ducks, meaning that they let him go, he was going to be a restricted free agent, and they're like, nah, no thanks. He came in as statistically the worst defenseman in the NHL the previous year. Turned into a pretty good option. Just shows you how bad the Ducks were. They were bad. Domi line out there with Lorentz and Yarncroke. Stolarz behind the net. Passes the puck up. That's Lorentz. There's Yarncroke with the puck at center. Gets the puck deep. Domi chasing. Myers stops it at the blue line. Shot in. Handled easily by Alex Lyon, who drops it. Byram. Headmans the puck. And the puck is back in the Buffalo zone. 17:59 left in the second period. Sabres still out shooting the Leafs 14-10. But at least the Leafs don't look completely out of it in this period defensively. Like they are getting some stops. He says with terror in his voice. Sure hope that lasts. Buffalo was just walking through them earlier. Coolidge. Oh, Dahlin with a shot. Big shot. Puck off a skate and out. Zhao Wang says, Scheifele has to be on Team Canada, right? Maybe Bedard and Celebrini too. They are starting out great this season. Maybe replace Stone and Konechny. Ooh, that's tough. Getting Team Canada to move off of their guys, it's going to be tough to do. Drew says Scheifele's too slow to play for Team Canada. Here's one. Does Brad Marchand make it? Maybe not. Does he's a big game guy, but does Brad Marchand play in the Olympics? I mean, I think he got it, right, with the playoffs that he had, but like what if he has a mediocre regular season again like he did last year? They're going to have some tough choices. Here comes Nick Watt. Oh, okay, Nick Watt made a great play to Easton Cowan, who one-handed the puck at the net. The goalie was sliding, but it was cleared by a Buffalo defenseman, and here come the Sabres. One thing I have to give the Sabres a ton of credit for this year is their ability to, after a scoring chance, create one of their own. They reload quick, and they are down the ice. McCabe knocks down a Buffalo forward. Sabres fans want a penalty. The officials are not going to give them one. By the way, a reminder that Jesse Blake is live on the SDPN YouTube channel for the World Series Game 1. Toronto, Los Angeles. It's a beautiful thing. Bobby McMahon with a big hit. The new look Leafs first line with Matthews and Nylander. It's a little vintage, actually. People have forgotten. But Nylander and Matthews played together a lot in their first seasons together. Oliver Ekman-Larsson with a shot set up by Nylander, and that is turned aside by Alex Lyon, who stands tall. 16:10 left in the second period. Nylander along the half board, down low. Matthews with a hit, able to retrieve the puck. Nobody in front of the net. Matthews to Nylander. Nylander down low to Carlo, who's looking for a man across the crease, and nobody is able to get that puck into the net. Matthews with the shot. It misses wide. Was looking for the redirect there. Matthews out to the point. Nylander at the point. Holding for Carlo. Matthews is now behind the net in Gretzky's office. Back to Nylander. Leafs are not getting anybody to the net, though. This is the problem. Like, they're playing a nice reverse sort of triangle formation here when Matthews is behind the net, but there's nobody directly in front of Alex Lyon. That's a bit of a problem. It limits Matthews' options. Michelli, Nyes, and Tavares out. That is the new look Leafs second line. The top six has been completely reshuffled, and it's looked okay. Defense, it's not looking so great tonight, but hey, it's getting better. Nyes to Michelli. Michelli carrying across the red line into the Sabres zone. He's got 3 Sabres on him. Shot whistled wide over Alex Lyon's left shoulder. Out to center. McCabe back into Dakota Mermis. Leafs are moving quickly. Berube pointed out after the last game, the reloads. That means when you get kicked out of the zone, how quickly do you reload and get back into it? They're looking better on the Leafs side too, but I have to tell you, the Sabres are much, much better at it at this point in the season. Robert Bett, 11:33, watching the Leafs and Jays at the same time with picture-in-picture. What's more Canadian than that? Well, I hope you're having a good Canadian beer as well. Eris Mix 23, if we are talking Olympics, Frank Nazar's got to make Team USA if he keeps playing like this through December. And Knight's got to be the third goalie spot, right? Take it away from Swayman. Hawks have been rolling. Remember, guys, it's the first month of the season. The Detroit Red Wings were 6-3-1 and on a ripping hot streak October 2023. What happened? Yeah, that's right. They missed the playoffs. So let's temper. We must have sustained monthly success to make our respective Olympic teams and to make the playoffs. But all you have is what you have right now. And Domi and Yarncroke on a awkward 2-on-1 where Yarncroke, for whatever reason, closed in on Domi, giving Domi no one to pass to. Oh, but the shot. Leafs are able to maintain the zone, and there was a shot in there by Brandon Carlo. It was almost tipped. Alex Lyon saw it the entire way. Right idea. Didn't quite execute the tip. That's what she said. Hogwash says, hybrid picture here. Jay's on the screen, Adam on the phone. Oh, I like that. Adam, can Schaefer make Team Canada? Sure, he can. I just don't think he will. And it's not because he's not good. It's because they're not picking him. You think about the defensemen they're going to have. Makar, Theodore, Taze, Harley. Who else we got there, Drew? Who am I missing? Morrissey for sure. Who else was on that damn team? Because Theodore was the one that went down, made room for her. Sanheim made the team. That's right. He got into a game or two. And Doughty. Yeah, hard to see, unless you're moving Sanheim out, hard to see how anybody else makes that team. Harley deserves to be there, though. He was awesome. Mermis with the shot. Nylander with the rebound. He's able to scoop the puck away from Lyon, who was trying to cover. Out to Mermis, who takes the shot. It is deflected and redirected to Alex Tuch. Sabres rolling down the ice. Here comes McLeod. Out to the point. Over to Byron with a shot on the net. Turned away easily by Stollers. Nylander digging deep in the zone. Matthews, somebody takes a run at him, but Matthews stands tall. That's Matthews using his body for good. There you go. Not going to knock him off the puck or over. 13-11 left in the second period. Thompson dangles Simon Benoit. Puck is, or the play is intercepted. Thank goodness. That's Tage Thompson, man. He is pretty special. Tavares behind the net. Michelli out to the point. Puck in. Shot. Redirected. Blocked. Kulich. Puck up the ice. Here come the Sabres again. There's Tage Thompson again. Getting the puck over. Tage with a shot. And that is in the back of the net. Tage Thompson has looked like lightning all night. Actually, it looks like a Sabre all night. But man, you knew that was coming. Leafs had no answer for him. He's looked spectacular. Finally pots one. And it is 3-2 Buffalo. Leafs continually looking like booty. Absolute booty. Now, the Jays game has started. We're already out into the game. That's all I know right now. Jesse Blake is live on the SDPN YouTube channel streaming it in case you want to check that out and not be sad about the Leafs. I will understand. Or you can watch us both. That will help too. The odds, are they on the screen, Drew? The odds are interesting because I can't see them yet. Oh, so Toronto's so when this game started, I think Toronto was like a plus 113 to win. Oh, they were minus 120 to start. Now they're plus 205 to win this game. Sabres are minus 245 on the Bally bet app. I got to be honest. If this game does look like pond hockey, if you do want to take a comeback win, now would be the time to do it. Like, that's pretty good odds. Double your money, basically, or that's 3 times? $10 will win you 30 on that? Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I don't mind that. So you put $1 down, that's $3. That's $3 back. I bet the comeback. Toronto's for sure tying this game. Like, for sure. Drew says famous last words. No. This is a pond hockey game, man. This is early in the season. It's happening. PH Freak says, or Freak 811 says, do you think Brock Faber makes Team USA? Well, it helps that his general manager happens to be the general manager of Team USA. So I would say better shot than most. But again, who do you kick off that team? Tkachuk, both Tkachuks are going to be ready to go. They're going to be looking for revenge. Like, I can't remember who exactly was on the roster. It's hard to keep Brock Faber off, but again, who are you kicking out? I don't know. I just don't know the answer. Anyway. Dave Dapper Duck says, Adam, I still need your pick between a donair and a lobster roll. Lobster roll all day. Not even a question. No, yeah. Drew's like, do you like pizza or a steak? Buddy, lobster roll all day, all night. I could eat lobster rolls forever. The greatest. So they're showing a little bit of a highlight pack right now on Sportsnet of the passes through the slots that the Sabres have been able to manage. And they've all, obviously, like all of the Sabres goals have been off of the rush and have been tic-tac-toe passes. The Leafs have been awful at covering passing lanes tonight. And credit to the Sabres, they've been very good at executing. It's been a long time since I've seen the Leafs be this bad consistently on defense. It's like, it's embarrassing. And you can tell they're implementing a new system, but I don't know if listen, Jay Woodcroft got like 15 games before the Oilers fired him and put Chris Knobloch in when he was trying to institute a new defense system that sucked. Like, the Leafs, it gets late early, man. You can't keep doing this. And I just really, like, Wings fans, I don't know if there are any Detroit Red Wings fans, but we got a guy with who was running the Detroit defense. I know he was Tampa's defensive coach too. I'm not sure about Lalonde on this. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm not sure. Wings fans, you can tell me. Zach says, hey, Adam, I hope you don't take this wrong. You remind me sometimes with your habits, microwaving Tim Hortons. You can take the dad out of the divorce, but you can't take the divorce out of the dad. Thank you. Well, I am a divorced dad and a remarried dad. That is me. And yes, I will microwave at Tim Hortons. Why let a good coffee go to waste, even if it's a day old? There, I said it. I'll do a day old coffee, Drew. I would absolutely do a day. You ask Jesse or ask Jax. I would throw coffees in the fridge all the time at Virgin Radio and then just get them the next day. Zap them, good. It's bean water. What can happen? What could possibly happen? It doesn't taste good, but when it's 5 a.m, you don't care. Just give me the thing in it that fires you up. That's what you need. Also, I'll be honest with you. We had to drink a lot of Starbucks in those days because it was the only coffee around. And I haven't drank Starbucks too much since. I don't love it. Upsets my tummy. 11 minutes to go in the second period. Nylander in. Nylander looks like the only Leaf who can score anything tonight. Matthews did have a big shot, a vintage Matthews goal, because we have goals from Nylander and Matthews on the Leafs side. But 5-on-5, it's really just been Willie. It's been Willie. Here comes Matthews. Driving to the net. Lyon turns that aside. It's a weak backhand. But signs of life, perhaps? McMahon is out there digging, as he should be. Samuelsson knocks him over. Jake McCabe at the blue line, able to hold. Nice play. Risky play. Nice play. 10:22 left in the second period. Bottom of the first period, by the way. Bottom of the first inning for the Blue Jays right now. That means they got the first 3 LA Dodgers out. Yeehaw. Tavares trying to make a move around Samuelsson. That's broken up. Tavares is 2 goals away from 500, by the way. So that's worth watching. Benny looking like Bobby Orr out there again with some room to skate. Shot at Alex Lyon. Unfortunately, Nyes is not able to get his butt in front of the way. And, hey, I'll say this. If you're a Leafs fan, you got to take any victory. Buffalo came into this period out shooting them something like 12-7. Shots are now knotted up at 17. This is just, it's tough. It's tough slugging here for the Leafs, man. I'm not going to lie. They were talking about, who was talking about Lane Hudson on the broadcast, Drew? So Morgan Riley's only a point behind Lane Hudson and 2 points behind Cale Makar for the league, defensive league in points. And by the way, Riley's not playing tonight. Is Lane Hudson the real deal? I mean, sure looks that way. I'll tell you this. When I saw him in the preseason and the Leafs had to play him, I was like, we might be in trouble. Because the Leafs could not catch him. Now, the Leafs are slow. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Berube says. The Leafs are slow. And if you are In the playoffs, that's okay. Regular season, yikes. I don't think the Leafs have an answer for how shifty Lane Hudson is. It is I don't know. So yeah, is Lane Hudson the real deal? I think so. This is saying, hey, Drew, does that maybe make Morgan Riley the real deal? Drew's laughing. He says no. Nicholas Abruzzo. Abruzzo? Yeah, Nicholas Abruzzo. Or D'Abruzzo. Why does our rush defense roll out the red carpet? I don't know, dude. It's so bad. It's our rush defense for the Leafs is terrible. Zach, I already got to that one. And Delta Gola Vista 1, gifting 5 SDPN memberships. Worth mentioning that if you are an SDPN VIP member, SDP VIP member, you get an extra episode of the Steve Dangle podcast every single week. It's ad-free and it's fun. And we talk about things outside of hockey, and it's actually a riot. Comment section's always blisteringly good for that one. And then if you want to, is that Matthew's fourth shot? Okay, great. I'll get to that in a second. SDP VIP ad-free. You get to the top tier, baby. Top tier, that means you get the episodes early, like an hour early, and you get them ad-free. So if you're getting if you're getting a subscription for free this month, consider renewing your subscription and maybe becoming a member of the SDP VIP community. Now, it's worth mentioning Austin Matthews on that weak backhand got his fourth shots, which means Steve's Poppy's Revenge Bally Bet a parlay is building. We got 2 out of 3. We just need the Leafs to win. We'll see about that last one. But so far, pretty good. Austin Matthews, 4 shots, a goal. These are the things we want. These are signs of life. Tavares with the shot. 8:54 left in the second period. I'm going to clap at this next faceoff for you, Drew. It's the Leafs need to get more men to the net. I need bodies to the net. Still not seeing a whole lot of that. Oh, OEL got clipped pretty bad by Thompson. That's the second slew footish thing that Thompson has done tonight. He got called on the first one with Benny. I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't get called on that one. Yeah. I don't know if that's just Thompson with his big-ass limbs or whatever, but both not great plays. Hawks 23, Canada needs Dunkin' Donuts. You deserve better than Starbucks. We do have Dunkin', don't we? In some places, I think we have it. I'll admit, even if we do have it, I've never been never been to Dunkin' Donuts in the States. Is the coffee good? Drew says the coffee is not good. Unless you like sugar. I don't take any sugar in my coffee, so no. Dr. Simach says, I'm an Oilers fan, and the situation is looking similarly like poo. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Oilers this year, dude. It's crazy. And doesn't help when Evan Bouchard is supposed to be my top point producing defenseman in my fantasy team. I will talk about my fantasy team and the anger that I have. Oh, Joshua and Waugh on a 2-on-1 almost link up, just out of the reach of Nick Waugh, who was sort of tied up anyway. 8:21 left in the second period. Drew, I didn't clap for you. I'm sorry. 17-17 of the shots. And Easton Cowan is out there with Nick Waugh and Dakota Joshua. And out comes the first line. You might not recognize it. Oh, we got a shot off the post. McMahon, Matthews, Nylander. That's the new look first line. Nylander's looked great tonight. Matthews has scored a goal tonight, but Nylander's looked like standout. On the Buffalo side, Tage Thompson, man. Unreal. Like unreal game so far. Bo Bichette gets a single in his first at-bat. Fabulous news. Are runners on the corners, Drew, on the Blue Jays game? Oh, baby. The Blue Jays could. They got 2 outs. They might. I think it's probably Alejandro Kirk up to bat. And I'm going to hope and pray that he just bloop single, baby. Bloop single. That's what we need. Toronto Blue Jays, baby. And by the way, it's so nice to see Bo Bichette back. We were wondering in our group chat, like, where does he fit? So they got him batting in the cleanup spot, and he's playing second base. So that knee must be feeling a lot better. 7:40 left in the second period here in Buffalo. I'm in Toronto. Leafs are playing in Buffalo. Leafs are playing 5 o'clock tomorrow. Steve Dangle will be here with a stream and a Bally Bet for you. Nice little parlay because we like to treat you a couple days in a row. Remember, when we do that with Bally Bet, the odds are always a little juiced for you. So it kind of makes it a little more exciting. And by the way, in case you're wondering, Matthews already has a goal. He already has 4 shots. All we need is for the Leafs to win, and the Poppy's Revenge Bally Bet parlay with SDPN will hit. It's just all we're asking for is a W. We just need a dub. 7:04 left in the second period. Carlo behind the net. Leafs sort of pinned here. It's this Domi, Yarncroke, Lorentz line that nobody's totally sure about, but they looked okay. Uh-oh, here comes, and oh my God. Did Matthias Samuelsson just have a 2-goal game? What? Matthias Samuelsson? 2? When was the last time Matthias Samuelsson scored 2 goals in a season? Man, the Leafs look awful in their own zone. Matthias Samuelsson had 4 goals last year. It was a career high. Previously, he had a goal the year before and 2 the year before that. Matthias Samuelsson has 9 career goals. 2 of them are tonight. Awful. Drew, what did you want to say? Yeah, it's the first 2 of the season. By the way, did you know that Brendan Dillon also scored his first goal as the defenseman? Look at Berube yelling at the guys. I'm spitting all over my microphone here. I'm trying to clean it up. This is brutal. Leafs are bad. Wow. Wow. Man, like, and here's the thing. That play happens for the exact same reason the previous 3 goals happened. Sabres have wide open, absolutely wide open passing lanes. Like, there's nobody there. Wow. And all they have to do is shut down William Nylander and bye-bye Toronto offense. It's rough, dude. Rough out here. Now, I'm not saying the Leafs can't turn it around. They could do it this game. All I'm saying is they're simply bad right now. Matthias Samuelsson, 2 goals, and Brendan Dillon with a goal in the same week. For shame. Sabres fans, if you're in the chat, yeah, you go ahead and dunk on us. That's okay. I don't even know what to say about that. What am I going to do? Deny it? Yuck. Worth mentioning, Jesse on live right now, the SDPN YouTube channel, with the World Series. Here comes Michelli with a move. Oh, and that was a great move, but I think Rasmus Dahlin was able to block it. Alex Lyon was down and out, and the puck somehow did not go in. That was a great move by Michelli. I think our good friend Rasmus Dahlin was playing some goal there. What happened there? Oh, it was a beautiful move. And so he ripped it and it hit Dahlin's back. It hit the crossbar and went out. Man, if that doesn't describe the Toronto Maple Leafs right now, I don't know what does. That's just bad luck. That's just bad luck. The odds, by the way, oh man. Would you bet? Listen, normally if this was normal Leaf times, I'd be like, bet the comeback. It's a plus 510, which, Drew, if I'm not mistaken, is 6 times your money. So it's 5 times your money plus your bet back. So you put $2 down, you're going to get 5 times your money plus your bet. So that's $12 if the Leafs come back and win. And by the way, they need to come back and win so we can get our Bally Bet Poppy's Revenge parlay to hit. Might be worth just throwing $2 at it just for the heck of it. Although, be nice if they made you feel confident about things. George is asking, are the Leafs going to add some scoring to this lineup? I don't know how they're going to do that, George. And there's no free agents next year. So, Ghost of Work says the boys need Phaneuf and Kessel to take the press conferences if this is how the season's going to go. I don't think this is how the season's going to go, but they look like booty cheeks. They're so bad. Like, ugh. Bases are loaded because Alejandro Kirk walked, by the way. Freak 811 says, can we get a welfare check on Steve? I will tell you, Freak 811, that Steve's probably feeling pretty okay right now, considering that Alejandro Kirk is on base We got a bases loaded situation. Who is on? Is it Varsho? Varshow's up. Blake Snell has now thrown the most pitches in his career in 1 inning. Already at 25 pitches, that's the most he's ever thrown in an inning. The Blue Jays are monsters at that. They will make you throw and throw and throw. That was that Alejandro Kirk bat. I kept looking over at the screen going like, is he like, I'm not even looking, I'm looking at my own stream, but I was looking at the score bug with the runners on the corners. I'm like, what happened? Did it freeze? Fingers crossed here. Fingers crossed. I think it's Dalton Varsho that's up. Let's go. 5:40 left in the second period of this Leafs game. Enjoy Maple Leafs hockey. Experience Maple Leafs hockey. Okay, 5:27 left in the second. Sabres. There's another cross-ice pass. No Leafs there in front of it. Michelli, who just missed a goal earlier, gets the puck up to Carlo. Carlo misses it. And look at this. We got an odd man rush. And the Sabres got a shot. Oh, no. 5:07. Oh, it's off the post. Wait, did he score? Did that go in? Is that off the post? So they haven't blown the horn and they haven't blown the whistle, but there was a very loud post. The question always is it the crossbar or the bar behind? Oh, Varsho popped out and onto the second inning. Well, it's going to happen. Still, that's a great start against Blake Snell. You got to take that. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Here's Wah. By the way, they say if the Dodgers do have a weak point, it's the bullpen. So you want to see them as much as possible. Benoit with a shot. And that shot is turned aside by Alex Lyon. Nylander with a steal. He's going to shoot. Puck intercepted. 4:19 left in the second period. Snell pitched 30 times in the first inning. That's the most he's ever done. You got to keep that up, man. If he's on pace to hit 90 pitches by the third inning, you've done a good job. Sometimes with guys like Blake Snell, who are legitimately generationally good, you got to, yeah, that puck never went in. Oh, man. So that's the Leafs and the Sabres, by the way, with weird bounces around the net. Michelli had one earlier. It went off Dahlin's back and the crossbar. This one goes off of Stoller's skate and the far post, and it stays out. 4-2 Sabres. The Leafs have looked awful and have not helped Stollers out one bit. B-Dep 6027, welcome to STP VIP ad-free, my friend. Welcome, welcome. 4:06 left in the second. Sabres' rush chances are awesome. Leafs just don't have an answer. And they have no offense, too. Yarncroke. Lawrence. This is the Leafs' fourth line with Domi centering it. Lawrence and Yarncroke on the wings. Yarncroke's already got 3 goals. You got to give him that. The problem with the Leafs is that no one else is scoring. It's like Matthews every once in a while, Nylander every game, and occasionally you get a Yarncroke goal, but that's it. There has been very little offense from this Leafs team. Perhaps instead of, I mean, listen, I'm giving the defense a hard time tonight because the slot passes are insane. But it would be cool if they got more goals. I just saw a thing. Fraser says, Matthias Samuelsson hat trick? This has got to be his first career 2-goal game. Puck comes out of the glass. The face-off will be offside, or so it will be an offside play, which means offense. Oh, sorry, face-off outside of the zone. I'd love some goals. Goals would be cool. 3:05 left in the second. Here we go. 3:05. Face-off. Drew, I'm going to give you the clap. Here we go. Boom. Clap. And they didn't fake drop it this time. Thank God. Oh, no. Benny just fired a puck up center ice for no reason to nobody, and the Sabres were able to reset and grab it and go in. They weren't able to make anything of it, but this is what I'm talking about. It's so sloppy, man. I don't want to be too negative, right? Like, these streams are supposed to be fun, but, like, objectively, you're seeing what I'm seeing, right? I just don't recognize this team. Nylander digging. McMahon is able to poke it in with one hand. Nylander changing so the Leafs can't get any offensive zone pressure. McMahon is going to be the last man off. Tavares line out there. McMahon has not changed, but Michelli and Tavares are out there. Nye's waiting to get jump on. And there's going to be a face-off in the Leafs zone. 2:08 left in the second. No out, top of the second. And there is a single, so we got one man on, no outs. Top of the second in the Blue Jays game. By the way, Jesse Blake is streaming that live right now on the SDPN channel. I hope he's having a good time. Experience Maple Leafs regular season hockey, where they're bad and it's sad. Sabres are tuning them up tonight. Drew says if Samuelson gets a Hattie, that'd be crazy. Yeah, that'd be so crazy, Drew. That'd be so. That's what I need. I need my David Ayers game, although that's not as bad. Samuelson just never scores, and he's had significant injury history. Austin Amino says, is this team like the Oilers from last year where they start off extremely slow? Yes, but without the talent. I don't think they've got anywhere near the talent the Oilers have up front, and that's bad. 1:27 left in the second period. Carlo to Nyes to Michelli. Down low. Leafs unable to maintain the zone. Michelli to Myers. Behind the Leafs net. Back to Waugh on the half board. Gets the puck up to Joshua, who brings the puck back in. Almost gets stripped by a Sabre. 55 seconds left to go in the second period. Waugh. Cowan behind the net. Nice to see him out there. He's played on 3 different lines this year. Trying to find his spot in the lineup if he can stick. Here comes Waugh with a shot. Nice play from behind the net. Myers cycles the puck back down. Dakota Joshua retrieves on the far wall. Back out to the point. Cowan. Waugh. Myers is going to get the puck. He's out there with Mermis. In for Riley and Tanev. And Lyon is able to cover that up. That's a really great shift by a line that needs it. Dakota Joshua, Easton Cowan, and Nick Waugh creating some offensive zone pressure. This is what we're asking for. They had scoring chances. Yeah, they didn't score. But, that shift right there has been completely absent from the last 5 Leaf games. Nobody's been able to do it. No sustained pressure. That was nice to see. Maybe some signs of life. I'm looking for anything, man. I'm grasping at straws. So bear with me. If I say signs of life a lot tonight, that's because I'm coping really hard. Here's Nylander. Behind the Sabre net. Puck stripped. McMahon after it. Oliver Ekman-Larsson pinches. Matthews covers. 5 seconds to go. Puck staying in the corner. And that is going to be it for the second period. Sabres fans give their team a big round of applause because they look good. And they're making the Leafs look bad. Drew says it's the first Sabres game in a long time where he's heard the crowd actually cheer for the Sabres. Man, they've had a good week. A good week and a half, really. So, good for the Sabres, good for their fans. Hockey's better when Buffalo's good. Hockey's better when Detroit's good. But would just preference. Oh, we got two runners on for the Dodgers. My preference would be Buffalo be good, but not against us. That's just me, though. Suppose you can't have everything you want. Now, I will say this: Austin Matthews and Oliver Ekman-Larsson helping out my fantasy team big time tonight. That's a major point getting. I also want to say we do have our Bally Bet parlay. And before we go to break here, I want to remind you of it because if you put a couple bucks down on this one, this is pretty good. Matthews has scored. Steve came up with this. Poppy's revenge because he's been bad. He scored. He's had over 4 shots. Great. All we need is a Leafs win, and that Bally bet hits. Sign up for the Bally Bet app. Get your bet in. Hit up the Dangle parlay, and you're good to go. Drew, let's go to Cue It Up highlights this week from the QMJHL.
You know what? This feels like the right time to cue it up. Hello, friend. Steve Dangle here, and welcome to another edition of Cue It Up, where we take a look at the best from around the QMJHL, that's the Quebec Maritimes Major Junior Hockey League, over the past week. Should we waste time? No! That's why we're going to start with a big glove save from Justin Brisebois of the Sherbrooke Phoenix. Cue it up.
11,67%, qui est premier dans la ligue.
Oui, l'Océanique qui a eu 6 occasions. Belle déviation de Pedersen dès le départ. Oh, quel arrêt! Wow! Tout un arrêt. Et, ce que je m'apprêtais à dire, c'est que l'Océanique hier a été blanchi en avantage numérique en 6 occasions.
Unreal save from the Greenfield Park Quebec native. You can always tell how good a save is by the person who was robbed's reaction. Kind of save that just keeps you up at night. That's ridiculous. It's a beautiful save and a beautiful way to kick off this video. For our next highlight, what makes a truly good deke? It's the hands. Obviously, it's the hands. Underratedly, it's the footwork. This one has a little bit of everything. Yoann Tassé of the Drummondville Voltigeurs. Cue it up.
Il laisse filer la rondelle à Boudreau. Boudreau, derrière à Tassé. Gates vient l'aider dans le coin. Gates devant, ensuite Tassé est seul. Une fête de la main! Yoann Tassé! Et Simon, c'est un autre jeu préparé par Trent Gates le long de la rampe.
Goodness gracious. I would leave. Yoann Tassé just turned 18. This is his second season in the QMJHL, and he's on pace to do career best at basically everything. He had 20 points in 54 games last season. He's already got 5 through 11 now. And that was somehow his only goal, but something tells me he's gonna get more. I mean, if he's capable of that, holy cow. Yoann Tassé, he definitely queued it up. For our next highlight, this one is nasty. Just when a goalie thinks they've given you nothing to shoot at, yeah, they have. Here's Matteo Nobert of the Blainville-Boisbriand Armada. Cue it up.
Se débarrasse de Vince Elie Desjardins à Matteo Nobert. La passe devant la ligne qui a tenté un tir, ça a raté le filet. Ça va Justin Carbonneau qui est à la pointe gauche. Remet la ligne bleue à Villeneuve. Du côté droit à Desjardins. Dans le coin Nobert, le tir et le but.
Oh! Deuxième but en avantage numérique sur la même séquence. Cette fois-ci, c'est Nobert qui enfile l'aiguille. C'est vraiment ça, Claude. Il y avait très peu d'espace. Il bat Fernandez du côté rapproché, c'est 4-2.
Enfiler l'aiguille. Je sais même pas où la rondelle a bien pu passer tellement qu'il n'y avait pas d'espace.
Just picking corners. Nasty stuff. Nobert is picking up right where he left off last season and then some. Last season was Nobert's second in the QMJHL, setting career highs in everything. 28 goals, 39 assists, 67 points. Good enough to get him drafted in the 3rd round, 85th overall by the Vegas Golden Knights. Through 10 games so far with the Armada, he's already got 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points. Keep in mind, Vegas picked Nobert with the pick that they traded up to get. Nobert was picked 85th overall. Vegas traded the 91st and 154th overall picks to get that pick. So far, it's looking pretty good. For our next highlight, oh, this hurt me just to watch. I'm not saying it hurt the goalie. I doubt it hurt the goalie. I think it would have hurt any single human being watching this if they tried it. Here's Denis Chekhov of the Gatineau Olympique. Cue it up.
Les Blue Jays qui viennent de céder leur avance. Tourigny. La passe de tir de Farge. Quel arrêt de Chekhov avec la jambière. Il se reprend immédiatement. Wow.
How? How do you train your body to do that? Chekhov is off to an absolutely blistering start to the season for Gatineau. A 7-2 record, a .924 save percentage in his first season in the QMJHL so far. Was getting him a good idea? Yeah. Probably. That's a wild save. For our next highlight, usually we like to pick one player and highlight them. On this next play, that's impossible. So we're just going to give it to the St. John Sea Dogs, all of them. Cue it up.
Around the boards it comes, kept in by Baldwin, cross to Joseph. High, Murniak's, Rossi, backdoor, Yared! Oh, what a pretty goal. William Yared bangs it home for his 4th of the season, a power play goal. They are tied up.
Well, if only you could give 3 assists on a play, that was...
You could call that tic-tac-toe, but I'll just call it a tic-tac-toe play. Oliver Murnix and Dylan Rotzi and William Yared, like that's a preposterous play. How do you stop that? Oh, I actually have an answer. You can't, as evidenced by video evidence. Unbelievable play from St. John's second, third, and fourth leading scorers. Not a bad squad. And before we wrap this up, I wanted to give a shout out and shine a little light on some of the prospects from the prospects game for the QMJHL. They had a shootout. It was 6-5 for Team Lafleur. Watch some of these moves.
The Russian having a great start this season with 19 points in 10 games, and he'll slowly come up. Left-handed shot for Team Lafleur, easing his way towards the goal. On the forehand, goes backhand upstairs. What patience from Shilov. Plays for Halifax, spins his stick, taps it on the ice. Left-handed, one hand, he'll come in easy. Now he'll go over to the right side, working the puck on the forehand. Kulibiakin to the backhand, forehand, stuffs it in by the post. Dagenet waiting for the instruction and the whistle. He'll come in with a little bit more speed, now slow down, left side, left-handed shot, stick handling in front of him. On the forehand, 5-hole scores! Maddox Dagenet beats Larish.
That is a sign of the things to come. The future is bright in the QMJHL. What did you think of this week's video? Leave a comment in the comment box down below. But for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe to SDPN if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Cue it up. A biento.
Well, the Leafs have been atrocious. Just atrocious. If you haven't been tuning in, you haven't been missing much. Now I know the bases were loaded. Do we know? Oh, LA did get a. They got a run. They got a run. That's not so bad. It's Ohtani up with bases loaded right now. Oh God, what's the count, Drew? 2-1. Okay, because our score bug is saying. Did they get him out? God bless him. God bless him. That's amazing. Oh, I guys, I gotta be honest with you. I don't know what the Leafs do here. Like I have sort of, I said last year, I'm like, might be a step back year this year. And I thought, they'll step back and reload for next year free agency. The only guy who's still available is Panarin, and we all know he's not living. Like I'd be shocked if that man left New York. Shocked. I don't know, man. Uh-oh. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what to say about the Leafs, dude. Just soft and crappy. Now, they have a lot of new people in the lineup, and usually it takes teams a while to figure it out. But like, come on, man. Like, be better at anything. Do anything. Show some signs of life and pride. I have to give William Nylander a lot of credit, though. He's looked alive and good. I'll give him that. I think they're trying to get Matthews going, and obviously him scoring helps. But boy, like every game, it's sort of the same thing with these guys right now. Like they just look so out of it. So weird. What do you even do? Like you've got nothing to like they. It's so funny because we knew Max Domi playing center is not a good idea. It's just not what he's best at. Okay, I know he tries hard, but that's not where he's best suited. Why did Scott Lawton, not starting the year, throw all that chaos into the lineup? Like David Kampf is still a member of this team. I know he's playing with the Marlies, but you could just play David Kampf. I know you're not going to get any offense from the guy, but I don't know. At least you can put Mr. Domi in a situation where he can potentially contribute better. Joseph Wall is back. We're excited about that. Austin Amino says maybe Wall coming back is the spark they need. Guys, I don't even think he's eligible for another week and a half. And yeah, he was on LTIR. So isn't it November 11th he's back? And so So it's minimum 2 weeks until he's back, and you're probably going to have to put him down for a conditioning stint. Can you put him down during that for a conditioning stint? So the Avs put Landeskog down for a conditioning stint for 3 games with the Colorado Eagles before the playoffs this spring. So if you can take those 2 weeks and get Wall a few games with the Marlies and see how he looks, I like that. But man, stinky. And by the way, like to quote Dustin Wolf, goaltenders don't create offense, man. The Leafs, there was one, this is how bad it was. There was one really good shift by the third line, like noticeably good. That would be Cowan, Joshua, and Waugh. And they held the Sabres in the zone, pinned them for like 45, 50 seconds. Looked really strong. We have not seen any sustained zone pressure, really. Matthews' line has got a little bit of it. Tavares' line hasn't gotten much. Domi Lorentz, Yarncroak is just a bunch of guys. Just a bunch of guys. So, I don't know, man. I'm not like, oh, the season's cooked. But I think you ought to be a little concerned at this point. A little concerned. By the way, apparently Trey Savage struck out Shohei Ohtani. Grounded out. Okay. Okay, we got a man on first. Go Straw. Yeah, go Straw. Yay. Yeehaw. Oh. Start the third period so we can start the third period so we can get through this and find out if the Leafs actually can win. Oh my God. Oh. They're showing the highlights right now. So there's the single that drove home Teoscar Hernandez. And Savage was able to get Ohtani to ground out. Hey, it's a really good start. This kid's a freaking rookie. What is this, his 7th game in the MLB, and he's opening the World Series at home? Buddy. Guys, what is he, 21? 22? That's freaking crazy, man. What a lifetime of memories he's created in the last week. Think about that. The last week, he will never forget for the rest of his life. Every day showing up at the park. That's so cool. Drew wants to know, I don't know if you guys know this, we got a Magic 8 Ball this year. I don't know what the 8 Ball success is, but Drew wants me to ask about and this is for the Bally Bet parlay. This is important because we need 3 things to happen to hit the parlay, okay? We need Matthews to get a goal. We need him to get 4 shots. He's got the goal. He's got the 4 shots. But we need to know if the Maple Leafs win, because if they do, the parlay hits, okay? And you can sign up. Put your money down, Bally Bet. It's available right now. Will the Maple Leafs come back and win this game? Magic 8 Ball says, I'm still waiting for it to, oh, here we go. Outlook good. Wow. Do we believe it? Can you see that? I hope you can see that. You can't see that? Oh, okay. Well, you can't. Yeah. When you angle it like this, then you can't see it anymore. But it did say outlook good. I promise. I'm not making it up. Yuck, though. Okay. All right. Go Leafs, go. Getting to our last little bit of commercials here. Getting into the Toronto Maple Leafs very soon. Hexagon says, well, outlook good doesn't mean yes. Phenom says the 8 Ball is drunk. R. Poozy says Lalonde should be out of a job in like max an hour. Listen, sorry, my nose is super itchy tonight. I have no idea why. It took Mark Savard's power play a long time to get going last year. But once they got it going, it rocked. It was great. The Leafs are now plus 700 at Bally Bet to win the game. So, Drew, if I were to put $10 down on a plus 700, that would make me $80. I'd win 70 plus my bet back. So if you put $10 down at Bally Bet and the Leafs come back and win this, you win $80. But okay, let's be straight with each other. Let's be honest. We're going to know in like the first couple minutes of that third period whether or not they can do it. Said it on the podcast. The Leafs have never in this era learned to play a 60-minute game. And they never had to. They were so loaded up front offensively during the regular season. You could take the night off, play really hard the last 5 minutes, and if you were down, you could come back and you could win the game. You could at very least tie it and push it to overtime, and you look like heroes when you do it. It's very exciting. But it doesn't negate the fact that you played like shit for 55 minutes. And the problem now is without Marner, and without guys like that they previously had, like Hyman, you can't do that anymore. You're going to have to play 60 solid minutes to grind out a game. They have not learned how to do that. Jay Strand runner, inning over. We're into the top of the third. Austin Amino, I don't know what you do. Do you call players only meeting? Does the coach call a closed door meeting? Does Berube start benching people? I don't know. I think it's a little early for a players only, perhaps. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Like they are 500, Drew says. He's like, let's all relax. It's true. He's right. But they look like ass. And maybe perhaps instead of making practices optional, you make them necessary. That's the thing is like when the Leafs lose and then there's an optional practice, regardless of the rationale behind it, people get annoyed. People who spend their whole day waiting for the Leafs game get kind of annoyed. Austin Amino. Sorry, what's that? True. Drew stirring the pot here is like maybe you give the C back to Tavares. Stop it. Mark says Steve can't be having fun anymore. He looks as disinterested as the team. What content have you been watching? Sorry, man. That is not. You need to watch the show today, Wednesday, any of the LFRs this week. He's passionately mad about where they're at, but he's anything but disinterested. Disinterested would be, I don't care anymore. All right. Let's get into this third period. Let's see if we can make something happen. As I said at the end of the second, signs of life. The Cowan-Waugh line with Dakota Joshua had a really good shift, all in the offensive zone. Let's get a couple more of those. Let's get some scoring chances. A goal early would be nice. I would like the goal early not to be on the Leafs, though. Remember, we're going for that Poppy's Revenge Bally Bet parlay. We need a Leafs win. So games allowing 4 or more goals, Stolarz has already racked up 4 of those this year. He only had 5 of them last year, total. Do you put that on him? I don't. I mean, yeah, he could shut the door some more, sure. But like, dude. Listen, Arisha asked a really good question. Is our window to win a cup closing? Well, I mean, it's been a pretty long window, and they did nothing with it. But I would say that we'll find out. And remember, like, good teams do miss the playoffs, too. Like, the Lightning missed the playoffs and ended up with Victor Hedman. It does happen. The problem for the Leafs is that they don't have their first round this year, and they don't have their first rounder next year. That sucks. Gonna need that back. I don't think you want to miss the playoffs. I don't think that's an option for them. They're going to have to figure this out. And by the way, they have too much talent on the roster. I can't sit here and believe that they're bad enough to do that. But, it's the Toronto Maple Leafs. Weirder shit has happened. 18:53 left in the third period. We are underway. Not much has happened so far. 22-20 are the shots. 4-2 are the goals in favor of the Buffalo Sabres. I think we don't need to catastrophize the Leafs right now, by the way. Talking about cup windows, like, I understand why you asked the question. It's a good question. I think we're allowed to say it's early and they stink so far. And leave it at that. Let's not worry about that. All right. Carlo, puck up, deflected in to the Leafs or into the Sabres zone. Dakota Joshua, hey, look at this line. Dakota Joshua wins a forecheck, and he's digging for the puck, and he gets the puck, and it goes over to Nick Waugh. And Nick Waugh's got it behind the net, and Joshua's in front of the net, and the puck goes to Easton Cowan, and Dakota Joshua's able to score. What do we say about the third line? They had a good shift. They had a good shift in the second period. Signs of life, baby. We've been looking. So I think what happened there is Waugh got the puck out. Joshua got the puck over to Cowan, who shot it, and it sort of bounced and then came back out to Joshua. And Dakota Joshua gets his first goal as a Leaf. He was drafted by the Leafs, traded, ended up in St. Louis and Vancouver, and now he's back. So Nick Waugh, great play, cuts back, puck out to Joshua. Then Cowan gets it back over to Joshua. I don't think he did shoot there. And Joshua slides it in. Excellent, excellent play by the Leafs. Cowan gets a point. Joshua gets a point, obviously, because he got the goal, and so does Nick Waugh. And we're back in this game. Now the Leafs are a plus 270. Hey, maybe you should have taken that bet at 550. Plus 270 now. Odds cut in half. Leafs comeback coming in. This comeback could be super fun if it happens. Hey, you know what? Why not be fired up? Listen, it's either this or I saw it in the chat, a Matthias Samuelsson empty netter hat trick. That would be poetry. Absolute poetry. What's that, Drew? Drew thinks that would be a really good LFR. I think Drew's right. It would be a better LFR if the World Series wasn't happening right now. But I think people would look at that and go, who cares? The World Series is happening right now. I mean, you guys will care. You're watching this stream over Jesse's stream, and Jesse's streaming the World Series. You can stream us both, by the way, and I hope you do. Jesse does a phenomenal job with those. And it's only 1-0 LA, and it's the top of the third, so they got a man on right now. No outs. Fingers crossed. We can get a nice little double play. Alex, 9269 says, I may have concerns about the Leafs play but Adam, your play-by-play has improved so much, even more excellent. Well, I try not to do too much play-by-play, like a little bit of mixture of both, because I figure you're already watching the game. I like a little chat and a little play-by-play. Still haven't figured out the balance yet. 16:35 left in the third period. I do appreciate the compliment, Alex. I got to get better with the Sabres uniforms. I don't know everybody's number again this year, and it's sort of weird because it's a different color, and my brain is having a trouble with that. And wow, the Leafs just gave up a crazy opportunity. I think that's Kulich again, who scored earlier. That was a brutal giveaway. Oh, no, it was McLeod. It was McLeod. So Dahlin, puck in. Carlo, wow. Okay, all right. Maybe we just give the Sabres some credit there. That was a great play. Stolarz is able to hold that one. That's a big Stoli save. 2 men on, no outs for the Los Angeles Dodgers in game 1 of the World Series right now. Tavares wins the defensive zone faceoff. 16:19 left in the third period. Leafs are going to need another goal here. Maccelli, Nyes, Tavares going into their third period as a line. It's their third period, like the first one they've ever had together. So this is interesting. Gripper Nation, I'm sorry it hasn't been a better Leafs game, but perhaps we get a cool Leafs comeback, in which case it could be a great Leafs game. Oh, Benoit just gave the puck up. Stoli standing tall, shutting the door. Oh. Come on, guys. Give me, I want a big, wouldn't it be sick to have a big night of Toronto sports? Wouldn't it be sick to have a Jays win and a Leafs win in the same friggin' night? Like, why can't we have that? We can have that. We got a team in the World Series. And we got the Toronto Maple Leafs, who've been a pretty good regular season team. Don't talk to me about the playoffs. Oh, Domi with a shot. Misses the net. Joshua down behind. Waugh, Joshua, and Domi out there. Interesting. Is Berube playing with the lines? Pourquoi, Senor Berube? Shot! Oliver Ekman-Larsson. So it looks like Domi was out there for the faceoff. Underrated storyline this season. Nick Waugh, good at playing center, not good at winning faceoffs. I think I'm gonna look this up. Nick Waugh's faceoffs are bad. His face-off percentage here. I'm going to pull it up. Yeah, his face-off percentage with the Leafs so far is 45.7. He's not had an over 50% since 18-19 when he played 6 games with the Carolina Hurricanes. That's not great. We need him to work on his face-offs. That's a learned skill. Did the Dodgers just scored a run? 1 out, top of the third. Runner on second base. Listen, maybe we need a couple comebacks tonight. Maybe that's what it's got to be. But all I want to say is Toronto fans, you deserve this. You get a lot of heartbreak, not a lot of wins. Chloe Kelly, I always get so confused when you say Joshua and Waugh separately because the Habs have a player named Joshua Waugh, and I'm confused when you say both of their names one after the other. I know. Or should I say Waugh and Joshua? Or do I say Nick and Dakota? Nick and Dakota? Do we go with that? Yeah, Nick and Dakota does sound like a bit of a stripper's name. You're right. Slacking Gaming. Welcome to STP VIP ad free. And it looks like Thompson and McCabe are getting into it, both smiling about it. Just a little bit of grappling. Kind of hard for, listen, I respect Jake McCabe for getting in there. It's nice to see the Leafs show a little bit of physical fight here. They still don't forecheck well. They forecheck like ass, but they are out hitting the Sabres. Oh, that's a late hit on Thompson. Just a bump, though. They are out hitting the Sabres 25-6. Probably because they don't have the puck as much. But also, I respect it. You gotta, you gotta push a little bit. We've been asking. Oh, did the Jays just allow another run? I don't know. 14:37 left in the third. Clapping for Drew. Waugh, Joshua, and Cowan. Goal scoring line for the Leafs. Looked good tonight. Might keep that one together for a bit. Got to find something. Who do I think of when they see these Sabres uniforms, Drew asks? Well, obviously, I think about the Eastern Conference Finals, 1998-99. If you're older like me, I was in grade 4, and my parents let me stay up and watch, and I can remember, obviously, I was just a diehard Leafs fan, right? But I remember when they ran into Dominic Hasek. They were able to get 2 wins on the guy, but he was just so unbelievable. And Eastern Conference Finals, I remember Game 6, sitting in my basement on our plaid couch. We had a plaid couch, and my dog was asleep, and I was in tears because the Leafs got eliminated. I was so heartbroken that the Leafs went down. It was such a great run. They beat Philadelphia in the first round. They beat Pittsburgh in the second round. Teams they had no business beating. You're talking about Eric Lindros and the Philadelphia Flyers. You're talking about Jaromir Jagr and the Pittsburgh Penguins. And the Leafs beat them both, and they just could not get past Dominator. Man, Matthew Barnaby had a crazy series. He was such a factor. I think Mike Pekka was their top center, future Leaf. Excellent job trying to take down Sundin in terms of like just defensive play. He was a great shutdown guy. Oh, and that Sabres team didn't score much. They really didn't. But man, they had the Dominator. They didn't need to. 1 goal was enough. And you could feel it. It was like impending doom. Once the Sabres got a goal, you were like, oh my God, we're going to have to get 2 goals. 1 to tie it, 1 to get ahead. How are we even going to do that? That's what I think of when I think of these Sabres jerseys. Not great memories. Also, Maxim Afinogenov years. That team was pretty damn good too with Ryan Miller. And the Leafs were also ass during those years. There's Nylander. He's got Bobby McMahon sort of open. McMahon back, or McMahon. Oh, no. I thought he was going to pass it back to McCabe. McCabe pinching. Sabres are on a partial break here. Kulich, Zucker, Kulich. What a save! Anthony Stolarz. And we got not a breakaway, but William Nylander is away on Rasmus Dahlin, and he's on 3 Sabres, and they just knock him over. 2-0, by the way, for the LA Dodgers. Top of the third, 2 outs. 3 outs. Okay. So the Dodgers get another run in that inning. Jays are just going to have to get it back. Lorentz to Ekman-Larsson. Shot. Misses the net. 11:44 left in the third. Ekman-Larsson's looked engaged tonight. He's got 2. I think he's got 2 assists. Yeah. Solid night for him. Set up the Nylander goal beautifully and then set up the Matthews goal beautifully. Like a real factor on both of them. Maybe he's the answer at PP1. What's that, Drew? Drew says that he said, from an outsider's perspective, your fondest memory being an Eastern Conference final is kind of sad. Well, now you know what it's like to be a Leaf fan, Drew. The other Eastern Conference final I can remember was Leafs Carolina, and the Leafs rolled into that series with Alan McCauley as their top center because I think Sundin and Robertson, McGillney, and all those guys were injured. It was brutal. And they put up a really good fight. I think the Leafs should have won the cup that year. Drops the puck. Oh! Myers with a shot. He's been engaged actively. Tavares getting a nice little glove to the face. Alex Lyon lying on the ice. Multi-Dex 33 finally got the kids down, and what the heck is going on in this game? Also, go Jays. What the heck is going on? The Leafs haven't been that good. But better in the third. Wow, Stoller's made a crazy save there. Wow. Jason Zucker got robbed. Absolutely robbed. Boy, oh boy. I don't know what to say, kids. Need the Leafs to score another goal here. Do we think it's possible? Justin Fisher 88 says too much Drew talk. Stop talking to Drew. Drew's got better memories than we do. He's seen Stanley Cups. Brutal. Drew, you went to the ER when the Avs won the cup in 01. Why? Hold on. Blowhorns have acid in them? Oh, so you were wearing, it was one of those the handheld blowhorns, and you held it up to your arm and you burned your arm? Did you miss the cup being awarded or no? Oh, you were celebrating on the street and you were 10 years old. That is hilarious. Were you by yourself or were there other people out there? You and your brother. Okay. My God. Just only the two Avs fans in the neighborhood. Also kind of crazy that at 10 years old, you pick the Avs, which are like a team that, unless you have like a real bedtime, if you have a real bedtime, they're impossible to watch. Like there's no way I could have been an Avs fan. My parents would have never let me stay up for those games. Not at 10 years old. What's that? Oh, their jerseys were cheaper at Walmart, and that's why you ended up an Avs fan. That's hilarious. I've always thought that, why do we charge more for the home team's jersey? I know, I guess you could get more, but I also feel like, hey, if you charge less, you'd have more jerseys sold. That'd be nice, right? And more Drew fans. We could have had Drew as a Leaf fan. Imagine that. Sedin Magic 15. Hey, Adam and Gripper Nation just popped in to say hi. I'm over on Jesse's stream. Are the Leafs seriously losing the Sabres? Oh, Sedin Magic 15. Oh, sweet summer child. Not only are they losing, they didn't look good the first 2 periods. Just want to rub salt in that wound. But they're looking better now. First line out there. McMahon digging behind the net. One of the things Berube identified as an issue for the Toronto Maple Leafs is the lack of sustained pressure in the offensive zone for the Matthews line. So the Matthews line is now a lot different. We tried Domi with Nyes and Matthews. We tried Michelli with Nyes and Matthews. We tried Cowan there. Now we're pulling Nyes and Matthews apart. Nyes is going to play with Tavares. Matthews playing with Nylander and McMahon just to try something. We'll see. 9:56 left in the third. Here comes McMahon using that speed, is able to get Dahlin to turn around, but nobody's with him as the Leafs are changing. Cowan, Waugh, and Dakota Joshua back out there. They've been the only the line that's had sustained pressure all night. Sometimes that's all you need. You just need one line to have it. Gonna need these guys to have it. And maybe if they can create, oh no. Oh, Tage Thompson almost had a clear shot breakaway, but he's able to, or sorry, the Leafs they get lucky because he's not able to cleanly receive that pass. Benson is out there too. He's had a great start to the season. Cowan. His stick, so Cowan's stick just broke. He's going to have to go to the bench. What I was going to say is that if the Joshua Waugh and Cowan line can keep this up, maybe they can draw a penalty, right? Like, that's what a good forecheck is supposed to do. And the Leafs have been awful forecheckers all year. Maybe we're focused on the wrong thing. We're blaming Derek Lalonde for everything. How about scoring some goals and having some forecheck? So we've got Michelli and Nyes out there. Tavares probably is on the ice. If not, he's already joined them. Yeah, there he is. That's line 2. 8:33 left in the third. Mermis to Tavares. Gains center. Passes to Nyes. It's off his stick or skate. Samuelson retrieves. Nyes hits him. Puck goes loose. On the half boards. Puck back out to center ice. Not Dakota Joshua. That is John Tavares. Very different. It's an 81 versus a 91. What's that, Drew? Vladdy just got a single, yay. And it looks like Mermis is going to get turnstiled here. Oh. And Jack Quinn with a nice shot, but Anthony Stolarz is able to turn that away. Mermis with the puck, waiting for the Leafs to change. 7:46 left in the third period. Sabres and Leafs almost equal on shots, 27-25 in favor of the Sabres. McCabe in the arena and against the team he started his career with, Jake McCabe did. Jake McCabe was a Buffalo Sabre. Another one of those guys, I'm sure the Sabres are like, why did we let him go again? That was probably a bad idea. Bichette double play, end of the inning for the Jays. I was really hoping we could have an easy game one, like 8-1 Blue Jays. Doesn't appear that's going to be the case. Corner, Lorentz. Dahlin's all over him. Yarncroke in there. Domi out there to center this line. Matthews is actually on the ice. Domi's not out there. I guess he's changed. Intercepted a pass. Oliver Ekman-Larsson to the point. Oh, McCabe unable to handle the Oliver Ekman-Larsson pass. That's going to give Buffalo a chance to change. They had Buffalo pinned, and they had them tired, and that is a blown opportunity. And the time is ticking down on this game. Bobby McMahon barely able to stay onside, but he is able to do so. Leafs get the puck in deep. Benson and Matthews fighting behind the net. There's Connor Timmins, former Leaf as of last season, signed with Buffalo in the offseason. McMahon to Matthews. Matthews unable behind the net to grab the pass. He cycles it back to McMahon. Puck is checked away by Kulich. 16:19 left to go. Or excuse me, 6:19 left to go. Tage Thompson, shot. Clearly looking for the rebound there, and he almost got it. A really smart play by Tage Thompson. 6:07 left. Shot from the point by Benson. That's tipped wide, and the Leafs are going to be pinned here. They got a first line that's been out there too long, and they're going to be tired. Matthews gets the puck, and he is zonked. You can tell. And the Leafs immediately give the puck away, and immediately Buffalo are able to charge the net. Thankfully, they're on a change as well. Simon Benoit able to break up the pass. That was really, really sloppy. If I was Craig Berube, I'd be real mad about that pass because Josh Doan grabbed it. Son of Shane Doan, assistant general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Who has? Nylander has gone to the dressing room injured, it looks like. So that's great. The guy who's looked the best tonight is not on the bench with 5 minutes to go. Excellent news. And, the thing about Nylander is his health has been really, really great throughout his career. Hope it's something weird, that it's like a bad bruise or something. Kind of need him to finish out the game. Here comes the Waugh line. They've looked strong. That's Waugh, Joshua, Easton, Cowan. I keep repeating these things in case you're tuning in for the first time and going, what are the line combinations again? Because they're all brand new tonight. Boy, it would suck if William Nylander is not available tomorrow. I don't know who scores. I don't know what the Leafs do. Game is 22 hours away already. And it looks like the Buffalo Sabres are going to the penalty kill. We're going to get a Leafs power play, but William Nylander will notably not be available as the Sabres throw the puck from the defensive end into the crowd. Can we get a goal? Man, Dakota Joshua was pumped to score earlier tonight. Mike Schmidt, YouTube changed my chat name. It's fixed now. Yeah, I don't know what happened. YouTube's chat names, it's all different now. What is that? Everybody's name changed. And what's strange too is like they changed their player, and I don't like the new YouTube player at all. Not even a little bit. By the way, we got a poll up in the chat. Will Toronto tie this game up? Only 28% of you said yes. We're only 1 goal down, guys. And going to the power play. Come on now. Anyway. Robert Bett, 1133, the early 90s Sabres, awesome players. McGillney, Andrechuk, Barnaby, Hasek, and Net. Oh, yeah. They were sick. Early 90s Leafs were pretty good, too. Late 90s Leafs, pretty good. Mid 90s Leafs, pretty bad. Oh, hey, Leafs are plus 410 at Bally Bet. So that's actually pretty interesting. Because there's less time left, a comeback is unlikely. But if you put, say, $10 down on that, you're going to win $50 if the Leafs come back and win this game. Plus, if you participated in the Steve Dangle Poppy's Revenge Parlay on Bally Bet, which needed Austin Matthews to get a goal, which he scored. You needed Austin Matthews to get 4 shots, which he did. You need a Leafs victory. You need 3. And that parlay hits. You know what? Get your rally caps on, kids. Let's go. Both the Jays and the Leafs need you right now. By the way, according to Leafs PR, Nicholas Waugh registered his 100th career assist on Dakota Joshua's goal at 1:55 into the second period. And there's 853 of you goons watching this. Okay, so Zucker tripped up Nylander, and then Nylander ran into Joshua. Yeah, that's not great. Okay, we Leafs on the power play. Oliver Ekman-Larsson with a shot in. Alex Lyon. Oh, and they blow it too early. They blow it way too early. Leafs could have had a rebound there. Alex Lyon did not cover that puck, but the ref in the corner, who did not have a good view of it, blew the whistle because refs can do that. Alex, 92-69. Remember when we were 1 goal down with 10 minutes left in the third and it was an automatic loss? Pepperidge Farm remembers. It's been a while. Been a while for the Leafs. Been a while since that was the case. I hope that's not the case this season. Tavares taking the face-off. Matthews on the wing. You're hoping to get a Matthews shot here, I'm sure. But he's not in a instant shot, like one-timer position. Oliver Ekman-Larsson at the point. Passes to Matthews. Download to Tavares. Matthews at the top of the circle to Tavares. They're cycling back and forth. Matthews in the corner with the puck. Back out to the point. Oliver Ekman-Larsson with a shot in. That shot is blocked. OEL grabs it with his glove, and he's able to keep the puck in the zone. It looked a little dangerous at the blue line there. Nyes below the red line. Back to Matthews. Top of the red circle with a shot. Lion save. Rebound. Oh, Tavares and Nyes in the right spot. Alex Lyon sees that puck, and he is able to hold. Good plays there. This Leafs power play looks good. I hesitate to say that. I'm knocking on wood. Looks good. And the puck did go through. Nyes was able to redirect that, and Tavares did get the rebound. Man, Leafs were awfully close to tying it up there. Let's get the candle emojis out. It is goal circle time. I should get 2 electronic candles and just hold them in here whenever we need a goal. I have a few of those for my jack-o'-lantern at home. Oh, you think I look like Brian Windhorst, Drew? But what about consider? I forget what he says in that, but it's very funny. 3:41, 1 minute left to go in this power play. Michelli out there with OEL and Nyes and Austin Matthews. You got to think this power play unit's going to play the full power play. Sorry, my nose is so itchy for some reason tonight, so I'm going to keep. I can't help it. Now, here's the problem. The Leafs don't score here. All these guys are gassed, and so you're going to have to probably throw the third line out there with Cowan and Nyes and Joshua. But let's not think about that right now. Let's think about guys. Oh, what a play to Michelli! and turned away by Alex Lyon. That's a big save. Tic-tac-toe from the Toronto Maple Leafs. OEL has his pass intercepted, and the Sabres have a 2-on-1. Nobody catches Tuck, and he scores. Wow. Michelli just dogged it. Absolutely dogged it. He might have been gassed. There's no excuse. Wow. It was a bad pass from Ekman Larson. Intercepted. Like, this was a bad pass. Like, there's no doubt. Bad pass. Oh, they were so close to tying it up, too. Great plays, but Michelli just, yeah. Is Stoller's pulled? What? Are they putting Caden Primo in? Oh, he's out of the net. Okay, they're going to go 6-on-5. Yeah, well, that makes sense. All right, well, I bet the odds are long for Bally Bet for the Leafs to come back now, but here we are. We're going to have a 6-on-4 power play. Domi at the point. Shot, saved by Alex Lyon. Watt is out there. This is PP2, by the way. McMahon, McCabe, Domi, Matthews has stayed out there. He's double shifting. 2:35. The power play is over. And we got a man behind. Oh, but thankfully the Leafs are able to hold that. That would have been an empty net and an easy one. 6-on-4, your Toronto Maple Leafs. No William Nylander in the lineup right now. He is off the ice with some sort of injury. We still don't know what that is. To add to that, Tanev and Riley are not playing. Riley might play tomorrow. Lawton was also injured early in the preseason. He might be back later next week. So the injuries are racking up for the Leafs. This is a problem. Lisa Moe 3434 says this is dark. Boys better start playing 60 minutes, huh? It's time. Dakota Joshua, goal scorer tonight. Downloaded Tavares, who is 2 goals away from number 500. Boy, I'm sure he'd like to get one here. Oliver Ekman-Larsson shoots it in. Oh, and they're not able to get the rebound, but the right play. Tavares shoots it down. And Lyon sees that. Joshua's in front of the net, and the Sabres jump him. And Joshua just goes, I'm big too. I too can hold this back. Cool man Lanny says, this team is brutal. This team is brutalizing my life. Yuri Kulich and Bobby McMahon go down there. I'm sure they're going to have some offsetting minors. Man. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Sheeta Andrus says, McGillney a better Sabre or Leaf? Well, clearly he was a better Sabre. Didn't he have a 76-goal season with the Sabres? But, man, he was great with the Leafs. And he was great with the Leafs in the dead puck era. When scoring goals was hard, he had like 36 of them. That was, I can't even tell you how many goals, 36 goals from one player was in the dead puck era. That was crazy. By the way, the Leafs have called a timeout because they want to extend the misery. No, I'm kidding. You know what? Respectfully, I get it. You can't walk away from this game feeling good about yourself unless you tie this up. You must tie this up. This is 3 games in a row that Stolarz has had an under 900 save percentage. I don't put it all on him. I don't. Drew thinks he needs rest. I don't think that's a bad point. Here's the problem though. Your backup is Caden Primo. And I don't know if you guys have experienced the Caden Primo experience, but it's not Primo. Berube out. No one is playing hard. Okay, well, we're not firing the coach. Hey guys, listen. The Leafs might be bad, but I feel like this stream has been pretty good, and we only have 367 likes. And the problem with that is that it has the number 67 in it. Can you guys give me a like spike here? I know we're at the end of the game, but I can't end this with less than 400 likes. Like, what are we doing here? Yucky. Drew is right, by the way. Stolarz does need a rest. The problem is the team isn't playing well enough for Caden Primo to play, and Stolarz isn't back for 2 weeks. Woll isn't back for 2 weeks. He will be back, but not for 2 weeks. Oliver Ekman-Larsson able to hold at the line. 1:15 left. Leafs net empty. Nyes at the net. Had a rebound. Lyon had the line on that one. 1:05 left in the third. Nyes is able to retrieve. Watt out there with Domi, Tavares, Matthews, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Listen, there's a notable name missing from who's on the ice, and that's William Nylander. He is in the dressing room, and boy, could they use him right now because he looked awesome tonight. Matthews, back to Nyes. Nyes lets it go to Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who puts it back down to Matthews, who's down low, gets knocked over, trying to get the puck out front. Nick Waugh, puck skirts by him. You got to think Nick Waugh's out there for his size. Nyes gets the puck back to Matthews behind the red line. Matthews is in the wrong spot. He's the best goal scorer on the team. Why is Matthews behind the net? We got a high stick. And the Leafs are going to get a 12-second penalty. Power play. Jays just tied the game. Tell me, Varsho, was that a home run? I can't swear. I'm not allowed to swear. At least there's some good news, man. Good Lord. Good Lord. Good. Dalton friggin' Varsho. Let's go, buddy. Nicely done. Oh, yeah. That would be a 4-minute penalty. It's too bad it happened so late. Nick Waugh is bleeding. Doesn't really matter, though. Apparently, I'm not allowed to swear on live streams because YouTube docks you on that. I don't know why. Guys, I really appreciate you. The likes are up. 511 are the likes. Can we do it? Can we get over 600? 5 minutes or 5 seconds to go. 3 seconds to go. Game's over. Oh, no, it's not. Ref blows it with 1 second to go. What are we doing here? You know what? This is where I feel like you could just play out that 1 second. Why are we going to take a face off? They do that in football. They're like, yeah, there's no point in playing anymore. We're done. Austin Amino, start the second unit. 279. Thank you for that 279 super chat. And Ryu, this means we discount the Wings loss to Buffalo. I don't know if we do. Man. This is Sabres are officially ahead of the Leafs in the standings as of the end of this game. And what is also sad and depressing is that we did not hit our Bally Bet parlay tonight, and it was a damn good one too. We need Matthews to score. He did. We got 4 shots from Matthews. He got those. And we needed a Leafs win, and we didn't get that. And the Sabres win. Now, I want to thank you all for tuning into this. You guys are a bunch of sickos. Like, it's crazy that you would tune into this game when the World friggin' Series is happening right now. So what we're going to do is we're not going to delay any longer than we need to. It's the bottom of the 4th. The Jays have tied the game on a Dalton Varsho double moonshot, baby. Let's turn you over to Mr. Jesse Blake. We're going to put you right on his stream now. Let's go, Blue Jays. Steve Dangle tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Jesse again for game 2 tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Have a great night. Love you all. Thanks.